24, Raphael Peterson. Number 20, George Ward.
The Detroit Cooley Cardinals are the champions.
We getting started, baby. We about to get started.
I'm talking about the intro.
Yeah, it was just quick and simple. It was quick and simple.
Cooley Cardinals are the champions.
You know what? That's simple. We ain't got to say nothing else. We ain't got to say nothing else. What else you want to do?
Yeah, what else you want to do?
What else you want to do?
Now listen.
I was waiting on my intro.
Oh, I got your intro. We got
I was
yours
seeing what
covered.
y'all gonna talk about.
No,
For
listen.
real.
I got you some cold stuff coming over
Waiting
here.
on my intro.
I got you some cold stuff coming. Yours gonna be. I'm gonna see what you remember.
Yeah, and where you remember it from.
Yeah, where you remember it from. Now, listen. Welcome to State Champions Podcast, where we discuss people, politics, community, and culture. What would our podcast be with two great friends of 37 years, former coach, current coach, and former teammates, and forever, ever Class A state champions, 1987, 1988, in the state of Michigan.
Speak on it.
No doubt about it. Listen, so what would it be without us discussing sports? Today, we got a hot topic, and we're going to get to it. Man. I'm your man, co-captain Raphael Peterson. To my left, to y'all right, co-captain George T. Ward. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause. My man.
What's good? What's good?
So, G, how you doing today?
Man, you know I'm good, man. Good to see the Cooley Cardinals in the building. And I say Cardinals, I say Cardinals plural form because I ain't just talking about me and Ralph. I'm talking about 44, but it's good, man. I feel good.
So, no doubt about it. So you said 44 because people don't really know this. This could be a state champion fact right now.
Right.
That the big fella, before he went to Northern, he was a Cooley Cardinal.
Yes,
That's before he went to Northern. But before we gonna get to that. But listen, this topic is hot button. So listen, everybody who want to tap in tonight, call in and ask questions. What's the number, G, that they got to call?
313. Y'all know the exchange. 314-88. You know it had to be 88. 80. That's 313-314-8880.
And make sure y'all subscribe to the State Champions Podcast YouTube.
Right.
We need for y'all to tap in on that as well, man. Listen, tonight's show will be outstanding. I'm going to tell y'all something. Tonight is not because of the topic, but because of who we have in the building. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you, really, he don't really need no intro. Everybody can see him. He's Detroit's finest. Lefty. I mean, one of the legend. I'm talking about Syracuse.
Bonafide.
You're talking about Philly.
So the rebound,
Charlotte.
Yeah,
I know the people out there got to know him because, especially in Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Now, they forget about him in Jersey. Shame on them. Now, listen. Shame on them. Let's give a round of applause to the man, the myth, the legend, my man, DC Derek Coleman. What's up, baby? How you doing today, man? What's going on?
You see it, I can't prepare. I got my sweet red and blue on. You know what I'm saying? My northern high colors. I got the red in there to go with Cooley too. Nobody knows. They don't realize that, man. I'm from Finkelman for you.
Finkelman for you. See, they don't know specifically.
I know. They don't know that about them. Finkelman for you.
Couple blocks west of Greenfield.
Yes,
so what we can do then, since he was a former Cardinal, Cardinal at heart, we can make him an honorary. Man, you're state champion. You ever want to touch the actual trophies, D?
Is that it?
Them the real trophies. The real ones, 87.
Hey,
D, look at your man.
But hold up, though. Man down, though. What happened?
Man, listen.
He took a charge. That's how we won it. That's how we won it.
Listen. When they closed Cooley down, man, the people was throwing everything out.
Man.
Just so happened I was there. They broke the trophies. I took the trophy because it didn't mean nothing to them. You know how that goes.
Right,
So
exactly.
I got them and brought them in. I said, we got to have these on the State Champions Podcast.
Yeah.
But, man, listen. Man, tell me, how are you doing? What you been up to? And how is the family? How the family and the kids doing, man?
Man, family is great. My daughter's third year at Wayne State.
That's right.
School. You know, my wife, Gina, is high up in Mass Mutual insurance.
Okay.
You know, right now, my son Didi is working at Mass Mutual as well, but also doing part-time at the Boys and Girls Club over on Tireman, you know, just giving back. But it's just been a tough year for us, for all of us, with everything that's going on with COVID and everything. I've lost so many friends and family members, you know, to COVID, you know, and it's just been real challenging for us. That's one of the reasons why I didn't do the summer league last year because I never want to put kids, families, or anybody in harm's way.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't do it the way it's supposed to be done, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put my name on it. I'm not going to water down my brand.
There you go.
So you mentioned the summer league. So
Yes.
I'm hearing that you got the summer league is coming up.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
tell everybody
back.
where the summer league is going to
back.
be, when it starts, and so on and so forth.
So we're doing the summer league this year at Groves.
Okay.
Out on Evergreen and 13 Mile, which actually one of my mentors is the head coach out there, Benny White.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
Big bro.
Yeah, big bro. You know, and we start June 7th,
June
July 31st.
Okay. Okay.
Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But the big thing about it, Ralph, what I really wanted to do, because information is power, you know, and what we do. And just like we were talking about earlier before we got on the show, it's using our platform to enrich the lives of other people and creating exposure.
Absolutely.
So I partnered with Beaumont this year to
Wow.
come in and actually screen all the kids that participate in Summer League and to provide information for them, even if they need to go get tested, that you can go get tested, set up in a separate appointment where you can go to the hospital and get tested, because that age group right now is really what's really affecting us, that 14 to 18, 19 years old. So they're going to come in and screen all the kids, but also provide, you know, during that 8-week period, other health issues that we deal with, from diabetes to nutrition to, you know.
Sound like you should have been on the show
last
last
week.
week. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, and the thing, it affects all of us no matter what.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
And again, you know, we need to talk about that. We need to have those conversations as men, no question. You know, because, you know, we all superheroes.
on,
You know,
yeah.
we don't like going to the doctor. I'm living proof of it.
Mhm.
I don't like going to the doctor, taking pills and that, but we have to.
Yeah.
If we plan on being here.
Plan on being here.
For the
Yes.
family and for friends, we
Oh,
got to do
definitely.
that.
And that's what really made me take my test. I had put it off for as long as I could.
Uh-huh.
And my wife just said, "Hey, baby, you got too many people that depend on you."
Man.
Wow.
See, it's go ahead, keep
And
going.
and that
Wow.
touched my heart. You
Ain't
know
no
what I'm saying?
question.
Hey, we depend on you. We need you.
There you go.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, all right, baby, schedule the
Like, you're right,
the
baby.
test. I did, yeah.
You're
I'm
right.
like, because I had fought her for the past 4-5 months.
Like, we all
And
been there.
My life then just consisted of, bro, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm going early in the morning when ain't nobody in
Nobody
there.
there.
Mhm.
Get what I'm gonna get.
Mhm.
Call my mother.
Mhm.
Mom, you need something? You
There
good?
you
I'm
go.
at the store. Take her some food,
Uh-huh.
and I'm right back at home.
Man.
I ain't really going nowhere
No.
else besides that. That was my life consisted of during the whole COVID. But when she said that, you know, to me, I'm like, you know what? Schedule a test, baby.
Man, it's
Make a lot of
funny.
sense.
It's funny that he said that, because when we talked about last week's show, we kind of spelled that out, and I was explaining to the people how, if it wasn't for my lady upstairs, if it wasn't for her, I'm sure I probably would have died of COVID, because I laid upstairs in her room and she kept coming up. You need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the hospital. She kept nagging me. And so what you just said about the wife, and she said that and said, it's a lot of people that depend on you.
Yes.
You knew that, but until somebody says
says that,
right
right?
now, you like, wait a
You
minute.
got to think about it in another
Yeah.
light.
You got to think about it in
another
another
way.
light. So, man, D, listen, on State Champions Podcast,
Come on.
we always have a celebration. But before we get to our celebration,
Yeah.
I want to cue something up, and I want you to tell me what you think of when you hear this song.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out.
So, what you think of when you
Yeah,
hear that?
when you
tell
first
me
hear
what
it.
you think of when you hear that.
Well, for one, LL.
Of course,
Okay.
nah, but
Yeah.
it's
The GOAT.
yes.
You know,
Uh-huh.
but my favorite lyrics in that song is "Don't call it a comeback." I've
Uh-oh,
been here
man, for years.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
So that what really comes to mind. You know, with me.
Well, I
Yeah.
think for me and Ralph,
Nah, listen, go ahead.
What?
Let me tell it. Let me
Did
tell
I
the
knock
story.
somebody out?
No.
well, you've done that before, but no, that ain't what it's
We
about.
ain't talking about the
We ain't
knockout.
talking about that.
We gonna
Okay,
give you what. So
all right.
listen, what I remember, I'm gonna tell you what I think about is the parties at the State
Come on
Theater.
now.
Now listen to me.
They
I'm
had
a
the video.
listen.
Yeah.
Come on, this is what we talking about.
Yeah, you just took me there.
The
Right.
video. Listen, I remember.
Wow.
See, we in this because anybody who know anything about Detroit back then, you had to go to the State Theater.
Yeah.
See, you had
Yeah.
Jeans and Moet, but after a while, D come through, he took it over. He was having his birthday party.
Yeah.
Ain't no question.
Yeah.
And they come through, and I'll never forget the video. They showed it on TNT as well, but
Yeah.
you played it at your birthday party, and they put it up
On the big screen. On
the
everything.
screen.
Yeah,
And I remember that like yesterday. I was like, the big fella would come through and shut the joint down. Now, and one thing about hanging with the big fella, now you already know the big fella.
21
gonna do. Now,
gun salute.
Listen, that 21. Now listen,
21 gun salute.
that 21 gun salute was out cold. But then, see, I talked to him earlier.
Yeah.
D, what you drinking? Well, you know what I'm drinking. I ain't gonna be drinking on Tuesday. I said, but man, we on the podcast.
Yeah.
We drink on the podcast.
Right. Yeah.
And then, just in typical DC fashion,
Come on, man.
no, what y'all drinking?
What
What
y'all
y'all drinking? I told him, well, I drink Remy XO. You know, the big fella, he come through. He come through with the big bottles.
What you talking about?
And then he say, what George drink?
Well, you told me gas.
Yeah, I told George to drink gas.
So I started to bring the gas can.
We ain't gonna bring the gas can. And he come through with all the goodies. You know what I'm saying? He come through with all the goodies, but also, man.
So we good till season 2.
Yeah, man.
But listen,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna tell you, man, for real, this is why I really to this day, the big fella, always love him because he was always a genuine person. He always cared about people, and he was always thinking about people. But really, that is a true testament to your mom and the people that helped raise you. Man, matter of fact, how your mom doing?
Man,
How she doing?
She's great, getting on my nerves.
No.
That means she good.
Yeah, she good, man. But again, Ralph, what you gotta understand, it's in our DNA and who we are as a people.
Tribal
I've
people.
been raised that way my whole life.
There you go.
You know, and I thought you was gonna put on Tupac.
Oh,
Really, from us at the Belmont.
Listen, yeah.
When Beto and Bo and them cheating all the time,
All the
we
time.
losing, and me, Ralph, and Tone, like,
Yeah.
put that Pac on.
Yeah.
Here comes this
Let's get it.
comeback. Let's get it.
It's going down. But man, see, that's what people don't realize, how over the years, that's why so many people love you and respect you, because I can remember you just coming back and just doing your thing. So what's going to be the celebration tonight? I'm going to since you the guest, what we going to celebrate tonight? You make the call, let D make the call,
Yeah.
and I'm going to get us something to drink. What you going? We ain't got to drink.
Well, yeah, I can't drink.
Yeah, no, you can't drink. Go ahead.
Give
What we going to celebrate though?
I mean, give me some blood. Give me some red wine or something. I know
Okay.
you got some of that over
Give me
there.
some of that,
Well, I mean, for me, it's always celebrating life.
Okay.
You know, that we here.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, when we talk about the COVID and everything that's going on, man, we've lost so many friends, you know what I'm saying, and family members to it, man. So I always want to celebrate life. You know, to be sitting here today, have this conversation that we're having with my homeboys, with my friends, you know, because we lost so many people. Think about that. You can't even go and mourn the loss of your family and friends members, you know.
Yeah, you got that. Go ahead. We'll listen.
Yeah, I said you can't even go mourn the loss of people. You know, they doing funerals on live stream. You know what I'm saying? So we have yet to mourn even to this day. But let's celebrate life, man. Let's
celebrate life. But I think I want to add to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want you to think about it because, you know, obviously when D first got in the league, people really didn't understand it. So you look at it, say blame society, you blame the media. We knew D when the British night truck was dumped in the neighborhood. When kids had real shoes, could look at a legend sitting on the porch. Who didn't run away from. Now, you know, as people, we've been taught, hey man, make it and go.
Well, see, that's the mindset.
That's the mindset.
That's the way we've been programmed.
And you've never been gone, though. This is the crazy thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never been
gone plenty of times.
What you talking about?
Not to be here.
No, what you talking about?
But again, it goes back to my DNA.
It goes back to your DNA, man. We tribal people, man. And you know, to love family, to love your community and understand the responsibility to whom much is given. And again, nothing was given to you is earned. But even when much is earned, much is required.
Yeah. And I had guys ask me that before, you know, like, yo, you wore Nike your whole, you know, from Syracuse, high school, Syracuse.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, even your first 2-3 years in the league, why don't you sign with British Knights? I said, well, Nike wasn't going to pull that truck up in my neighborhood and get shoes, and backpacks and coats and all that stuff for the kids in my community.
So in other words, you was like, man,
I'm not never tripping about the money. I ain't worried about no money.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's
you
gonna
made money.
Yeah, I created that.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I started this gangster shit.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm the first one talking 100 million.
Yeah, ain't no question.
Yeah, I was turning down 69, 70.
Damn.
Man, but they don't understand that.
Yeah.
They don't really
So
know.
I ain't got to brag about it.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Created it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So man, let's give a little quick toast. He say so we celebrate life, no doubt.
Celebrate
Life.
Man, mad love, man.
Yes, sir.
Mad love, baby.
Because I can remember, I remember, and I got to tell this story, but see, normally Dia come in with the not Cristal, it's called Cristal. He go into it with the Cristal, you know what I'm saying? But so I got to tell this story.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, so he just said. I'm going to tell y'all this story. So for all y'all don't know, me and D are cancer babies. He kicked it off June 21st, mine is July 9th.
Right.
And it seemed like every year, back then, when he was home after he was playing, we would run into each other. Where at? It just depends. Sometimes we might call in where you gonna be at. We link up. This particular night, I got to tell this story because this clown was involved with this. My man to the left.
There you go.
You ain't gonna remember this, but I'm gonna tell you the story. So what happened? We walking up to the network. All I hear, oh, you wasn't gonna call me for the party. I heard the voice. I knew who it was. I turned and look. It's the big fella.
Yeah, it's good.
But see, he backing up real slow.
Yeah, he got the boat. We got the ship.
Now listen, he got the double R.
Yeah, he got the
drop top, midnight blue on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, peacock blue.
Oh, okay, peacock blue.
Peacock blue.
Yeah.
So we go up. I'm like, what's up? He say, man, I'm coming in a minute. We gonna get it in. That goes to the 17, the 8, the 21 gun salute. So on the way in, I say, now G, now listen to me now. Big fella gonna come in here.
What you mean?
He can buy all the drinks in here, but don't you think you got to drink it all up? I said, because he going to come with the 21 gun salute, and then he get the Magnum bottles of Crystal. So I say, now just be cool. I never get this as long as I live. We get in there, got to be 12 o'clock. Here come D, got the 21 gun salute. See, I done this with him before, so I know how I go. I'm only doing 2 shots. I don't care how many pass to me. Here go me. I'm assisting somebody else in the neighborhood. Some little cute girl. Here you go, baby. You want to have this? Take that.
Yeah.
This guy here, this dude, every drink you gave him, he drank.
I don't think so.
No, okay, well, not all of them. When he gave you 20, you drank 19 of them. And then on top with the champagne. Now, mind you, we was in there from 12 to about 1:15. Now, that's a quick time in the club. And drinking that many shots. So, you know, all right, it's out, everybody. All right, I see you go. All right, man, good night. It was great. We had a great time.
Yeah.
I get a call the next morning from his wife at the time. You seen George? I say, well, no, I haven't. Well, we left last night at the club. I really can't say much because I don't really know. Finally, the dude, I guess he come waltzing into his crib.
And in the driveway.
No. See, and I know you don't want people to say something about your career and all that. See, here's what really happened. He called me probably about 12 noon. I said, man, where was you at? He fell asleep on 96 and Joy Road on the freeway. He pulled over on the freeway, got in the passenger side because he had to throw up. And when he woke up, the door was open.
Yeah, the door was kind of open.
And Notorious B.I.G. was still playing.
Oh, man.
Now listen. Now listen, still playing. Now, I'm not trying to be funny. So when you talking about celebrating, we had such great times, and there was so many people, man. And it was just one of them times you be like, dang, is it going to ever end? And because it was always epic. We would always do something, and it was memorable every time we did it. Go ahead, D.
No, I mean, I just love my people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You know, I value my friendships and my relationships all my life, from my teammates, my high school teammates, to my college teammates, guys that I grew up with, you know, my neighborhoods and everything, man. So when we out, I'm about having a good time. I want everybody to enjoy themselves. Because really, I want to get laughs.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that's
I
true.
want to get laughs. I have
That's it.
fun. I want to make sure everybody's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having fun, we get laughs. So when I see you again, I got a story to tell.
Oh, you got a story to tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a story to
So that's
tell.
why I enjoy it, man. Yeah.
I think that's the perfect segue because D, we gotta ask. You got the Summer League coming up. We touched on that.
Yes.
Give us the specific days.
Yeah.
And then you did something different this year. A lot of people ain't aware of it. You got the young ladies going too. Talk to us about that.
Well, you got to understand this, G. It's always been a void for our young ladies in sports. Even to this day now, at the pro level.
Yep.
You know, it's been a void.
Yep.
So when I travel, when I go sit in these conferences, junior NBA, USA basketball, places like even when I sit and talk with the commissioner about basketball, you know, and their biggest push is always, hey, how do we engage? How do we get girls more involved in the sports? And you know, they deserve the platform just as well as we do.
Indeed.
So I wanted to actually create. I wanted to create it 2 years ago.
I remember you said that.
You just didn't have the space needed to create it. And now that we had the opportunity to create the space, but again, to be able to get those women that platform as well, because if we want to get better as a state, and I would just say just the city of Detroit, I say us as a whole state, the state of Michigan.
That's right.
Then our girls have to get better as well as our boys have to get better in everything that
I love
we do.
this.
And I'm not just going to put them over there in the corner and let them play.
That's what I was just going to ask you.
I want y'all on the big court. We're going to alternate. You know,
Okay.
I'm going to say, hey, boys, now y'all go over here. Young ladies, y'all come over here on this big court.
So we're going to have 2 games going at one time in most situations.
At one time. Yeah.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What time we getting started, D? 4 o'clock?
4 to 9.
Last game is at 9 o'clock?
9, because you know sometimes games.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Everything, but see, even with the help of Beaumont coming in and screening the kids, and then I was also with COVID going on. There's no concessions.
Oh, okay.
That's right. So again, when you talk about basketball with us, I want to create experiences.
Yeah.
I want you to enjoy the game, but everything that you're looking for or need is right there at your fingertip. So what we're gonna do is bring the food trucks in.
Oh, you killing them. You killing them.
Stop it.
You killing
We're gonna
them.
bring the food trucks.
Stop it, D.
Yeah. So for everything that Beaumont is explaining nutrition wise,
Yep.
so on the food truck, we're gonna have a nutrition food truck.
Wow.
I'm talking to them about, hey, no, we don't need that fried menu every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
There we go.
Yeah.
We need some smoothies. We need some wraps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do your thing.
Because we got to actually tell our kids about eating. We got to change the culture in the landscape. You know, kids come out and play. They all hot chips and pop.
Yeah.
You better stop it.
Yeah.
You better stop it.
And that's what made me really start the food program
What you mean?
years ago, because
You prep. You
I was
remember?
talking. Yeah, I was talking with Cassius,
Okay.
and I'm watching him play, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "Hey man, you stunk the gym up today, man. What's wrong?" I ain't had nothing to eat, coach. I said,
Dang.
I just had some hot chips. You know, I ran in here. I was like, damn, if you in here like that,
How many others?
how many other kids in this gym is like that? That's what made me like, you know what, we got to do something about this food program, this nutrition side of it.
You did a
Man.
great thing with that, too.
And,
Vegetables,
again,
fruit,
yeah.
waters.
Yeah.
I mean, you gave it all to the young people.
Because I look at it this way.
And open it to the community.
Well, I sit on the board at Forgotten Harvest. So I see the numbers when you talk about food deserts in our city, right? And
Food deserts.
deserts, yeah. No grocery stores in urban America.
Wow.
If they are grocery stores, they're not even considered grocery stores. You know?
Okay.
So when I'm sitting there and I'm seeing that again, I'm always like, okay, we know what the problems are. What do we do about the problem? How do we solve problems?
What's the solution?
What's the solution? You know? So when I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, we got to create this. But not only for those kids and those parents that are coming to the summer league, because you know what? They got siblings at home.
Heck yeah.
So that's why I'm always like, hey,
Thank you.
hold on, wait a minute. Take that one.
Take this one.
This box.
You always
is for
did.
you, Mom. Pops, Dad, this box is for you.
Wow.
Hey, man, you got brothers and sisters at home? Take this box. Coach, you want me? Yeah, take that box home with you. Because I know you got siblings at home that are hungry too.
But see, this is all what D has always been about. And I remember this. I'm going way back when used to have a camp over in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I remember Tone Tober called me. Hey, bro, you know Bigfoot having that camp.
Yeah.
No, man, you want to work the camp? I'm gonna hit him up and let him know that you gonna coach. So I just remember coming over there. Tell the people and the viewers why, and you probably just gonna be revisiting what you've already said.
Yes.
Why did you decide to do the camp in the neighborhood? You redid the courts, glass backboard. Listen, I was there. Yeah, go ahead.
Now it's like a norm.
Yeah.
Many years of that, right?
Man, listen.
What, two?
It was
20 years ago.
Man, it was a long time ago.
So when I first moved on 12,
Mm-hmm.
so my mom and them always stayed there. Then my mom moved to Fecal, and we moved back to the neighborhood, Hazelwood and 12, right?
Uh-huh.
So I never forget. I tell this story because I'm outside in front of the house dribbling basketball. You know what I'm saying? In Hutchins Middle School, right
there.
the street.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to play basketball. I'm 13.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My cousin Tracy, she like, where you going? So I'm going to Hutchins and play basketball. I'm like, don't you go up there? You don't know nobody up there.
They got a rim.
I'm from Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, I'm just going to play basketball.
He's going to hoop. That's it.
I'm up there playing, bro.
Uh-huh.
I get jumped. Because I'm up there playing. Nobody knows me,
Yeah, of course.
who I am, but I'm playing and I'm talking shit.
Yeah, we knew
You know what I'm
that.
saying? So they like, well, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I get jumped. But see, they didn't know who my cousins was.
Okay. Yeah.
When they figured that out, like, oh shit.
We got a problem.
We got serious problems.
We got a problem.
Right? So, but again, that always stuck with me.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So when I came back home, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to redo this playground in the neighborhood. And
That
if
was
you
cold,
remember,
man.
you go back and see my BK commercial. I did a commercial.
What you
in that
talking about?
playground.
Yeah.
And I said that, hey, the first time I played this playground, I got jumped.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But I wanted to remodel that playground
Yep.
just so those kids in that neighborhood, in that community, can have the same opportunities that I did.
That's
So
right.
we remodeled the playground. First place to have fiberglass backboards,
Yep.
night lights. We come from the club just like you
Yeah.
talking about. We come from hanging out, man, and we just stop at that playground, bro. 3 in the morning, and you know, kids there like, hey man, I don't know how to turn the lights on. Man, go turn the lights off. We got there shooting with suits on and everything, ties,
Come on.
shooting all night long, man, for money.
Man.
All
Man.
night. But
Go
I'm
ahead.
sitting there and I did the camp the first year, right? So when I did it, bro, I'm like, I'm missing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got it, it's organized, but not to the point, because, you know, we always going to have some bad kids.
Oh, ain't no
You know what I'm saying? So all my bad kids in the neighborhood, I'm like, you know what? I got y'all. So afterwards, y'all going to clean up
Yeah.
the playground, right?
Uh-huh.
So the next year, I said, I know what to do. I went and got the one person that I knew everybody in that neighborhood loved and respected, and ain't going to never clown or back the fool at. Any white.
So hold on. See, now this is so cool because see, this is going to our segue because I remember when Tone called me, and I remember you talking about you wanted some of the guys who came and taught up there to coach the kids. You wanted guys who was going to teach the fundamental.
Yeah, right.
Benny White,
Ain't no question.
Mac Dow,
Right.
myself,
You-
Tone, Beto. I think Beto came.
Terry Jones.
Yeah, it's a lot of guys I remember. But go ahead.
So think about all the guys from us from the Belmont.
From the Belmont.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted all my guys, even from the guys, Man Watts who passed away, you know, from that neighborhood. All the guys from that neighborhood. But I knew everybody loved and respected
He
Benny.
does.
Yeah.
So we weren't going to have no
problem.
issues or no problem.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And we had a great time. Think about it. We was in there the whole month of July.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's
Listen,
80.
80, I'm hot than
Yeah,
us.
that's what I'm saying.
And I'm gonna tell you, and it was so crazy because when we was there, I only remember maybe 2 rain days.
Yeah.
We didn't have many rain days. It was I'm like, dang. I remember when the news came over there, did a special on it, man. It was just such a great time. But I think that's kind of going into our topic. Remember, people, y'all want to call in, tap in, hit us at 313-314-8880. Y'all want to ask some questions to the big fella, to the big homie, because we got to get to our next issue. And this is what we'll be talking about.
Right now. So now I'm gonna cut you off
Go ahead.
about that. We had Henry Ford Health Systems involved back then as well.
Okay.
So Henry Ford came up there and provided healthy nutrition service because, again, we have the food program.
Mm-hmm.
We had like the free lunch program, which all of us grew up on, right?
Uh-huh.
So one time, one of the administrators came out there and they told me I couldn't get the food away. Once I gave the food away to the kids and everybody that was involved, like for people who just walking through the neighborhood, hey, you can't get that away to them. You have to get that back to us and we'll take it back.
Wow.
Exactly. That's what I said. I said, are you serious? I said, man, these people live in this neighborhood, they hungry. Just like everybody. Everybody else in the ate.
Right.
I can't get the food to them?
Right.
Okay. Great. I'll see you later. Yeah, y'all take this shit.
Y'all can take it.
Later.
Right.
So I went right to Henry Ford Hospital. Went
Wow.
up there and talked with them. They're like, Derek, what you need?
Wow.
So they brought all the food. And then they were even back then screening the kids. We had a few cases with our kids where they had lead poisoning from old houses in those neighborhoods. Yeah, we had like 8 cases with those kids. But for them to catch that at time and take those kids to the hospital and get the service for them.
Wow.
So again, it ain't nothing that we're not recreating the wheel. We've
No.
been doing it all our lives.
No.
Right. All our lives.
We're just still enhancing what we're doing at a whole different level.
Wow.
Yeah.
So here it is. We're going to go to the topic. The demise of Detroit high school basketball. Who is the blame?
We are.
So so when we get to it,
Paper towel and wine got me sweating.
listen, got to get a look. They say the wine and got him sweating.
Wine got me sweating. I might need a refill.
Yeah, okay, so now listen. So I could just remember we had countless Division I athletes coming out of Detroit. From 1986 to 1996, we had 10 McDonald All-Americans. The first one is 1986.
So you're right.
So let me say this when you're saying that. We had 3
At one time.
on one team. Has
In the
that
state of
been
Michigan.
Has that ever been duplicated?
No. So
Me, T. Mills and Anthony Pillman.
right, yeah. So that's through the state.
Yeah.
So we talk. So when we breaking it down to just the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about just the city, and I said, dang. I think back, because I remember the game was played down at Joda. It was played at the Joda, right?
Yeah.
Remember, you dunked on J.R. Reed. I remember this like it was yesterday. Me, Tone, I think Beetle was sitting. I can't remember. But when you dunked on him, you came cash and you was pointing in the state.
For sure.
I remember all this stuff.
Rex Chapman was in that game.
Yeah.
It was
J.R. Reed was no more player in the country, supposedly.
yeah.
Stevie Thompson.
Stevie
Yeah.
Thompson,
My roommate
Syracuse,
for 4
California.
years. Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this. Since 1997, do y'all know how many McDonald All-Americans we had out of Detroit?
0.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
That's it.
Anybody want to call in and answer? Let me see if y'all really know.
1997?
From 1997 to the current year,
When was them Crawford boys?
2000. You talking about Joe and
Joe.
Malik?
Yeah.
From Renaissance.
Malik.
From Renaissance.
Joe Malik, that's 2.
Yep.
I can't remember.
Winfrey.
Well,
That's
no,
95.
Them
That's
95.
95.
See, I'm gonna run down the list for y'all.
I'm going to say 4.
Coleman was not 86.
Yep.
J. Rose 91. We talking about all city of Detroit now.
Yeah.
Willie Mitchell 94.
Okay.
Tractor Trailer 1995.
So Jeremy.
Yes, sir. Winthrop Walton 1996. Joe Malik 2004. And the last person who was a McDonald All-American.
Manny.
Nope.
Cotton.
Nope. From we talking about Detroit.
But he was the player. But
Talking about
PSL.
that come for the PSL.
Yeah.
Keith Appler.
Uh-oh.
2010.
2010.
2010.
That
2010. So now let's think about this.
That's a tough segue.
Tough, but it's a segue we got to have, fellas.
Okay.
Because when we think about this, now obviously we know, like everybody, if you don't know the situation that happened with Keith, it's an unfortunate situation.
Yep.
Somebody lost their life.
yes.
Yeah.
He was arrested. That's for a fact.
Let's pray
now
for that.
we don't know
Let's pray
what
for that
happened.
man's family. The
Hey, no
victim's family.
question.
And condolences.
Condolences to their family.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So when you think about that, but we know he's been in trouble other times. That's factual information. But so here's where I'm going. Who do y'all think is the blame? Now, is it a blame? Who do y'all, just gonna ask a question. Who do you, George, think is the blame for the shortcomings of that situation, what you're thinking?
You know what? I think this is a microcosm of our young people when you talk about our student athletes. But it's again, he had regardless of what people think he did in college, he had a good, when you look at it statistically, he had a good college career.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think what happened with him, I think the community. See, this is one of my notes here, D.
Yeah.
The community, we have to, there's no way we allow this young person to go. And again, I think depression hit when that ball starts bouncing a little differently for you.
Yeah.
I know KA. I know KA, he had to battle with that.
Okay.
So I think it's tough to blame someone in particular, but I think if you had the shoulder to blame at all, I think, as he said, we do. I think as a community, there had to be something. Someone had to say to him, because you mentioned previously he's had a couple incidents with the law. And I think it's obligatory for somebody in the circle to come grab him and say, hey, man, even if they're doing wrong, because it happened with us, right?
Yes.
It's a many a time that we were around stuff. We wouldn't necessarily doing nothing, but somebody in the community said, hey, man, no, hold on.
Yeah.
Here, D, here go $100, man.
Yeah.
Go. Somebody need to do that. And unfortunately, this didn't happen for this young man. And his life will never be the same. And that's the saddest part about that.
D, what you say to it? Who would you say is the blame?
I say the village.
Okay.
Always.
Mhm.
You know, I reached out to him a bunch of times, you know.
Okay.
Myself. I've had conversations, you know what I'm saying, you know, with Keith. And great kid, though.
Absolutely.
Wonderful young man.
That's all I hear.
That's what I can't
Wonderful young man.
understand about, you know, the situation and what he was going through. You
Mm-hmm.
know? So I look at it as, again, maybe it was some mental issues. Like George said, you know, a lot of people can't understand, man, when that ball stops bouncing.
Absolutely.
Even me, I'm sitting here to tell you myself, like, I probably didn't come out of the house for maybe two weeks, you know, because when I came to Detroit, and I think about this, right? I'm in Philly. I'm 15 years in anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to play 2-3 more years.
Yeah.
And I get the opportunity to come
home.
and play
Come home.
in front of my people.
There we go.
First time I get the opportunity to go play for a championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. As soon as they tell me, I'm in the gym the next day. You know what I'm saying? And to be in that situation and not get the opportunity to play.
Okay.
You know, like, I could have sat on the bench another 10 years if that's what I chose to do. But that's not who I am as a person.
Right.
Because that's going to eat at me more than anything. That you tell me I can't play.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell us briefly what happened, G. See, people don't know the story. Tell the people briefly what happened.
So when I get here, you know, they had just gave Antonio McDyess a large contract. The Jets drafted Darko, so they're trying to make him a player. And he explained to me, this is Joe Dumars. You know, hey, you know, yeah, we want you to, you know, to come and play, but I ain't gonna play at all. Like, you want me to just sit on the bench?
Right.
No, that's not me.
Yeah, the big fellas.
And you got my coach though, Larry Brown.
Yeah.
Who wanted me to come here? Who I just left in Philly.
Philly.
So when I hear these conversations, I'm talking with Coach Brown, and Coach is like, well, what did Joe say to you? So I explained to him the same thing. He's like, look, Derek, I've been telling Joe to trade Darko Milicic. He's never going to be a basketball player.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
He said, but for him.
He just gave us some inside information.
I can write a book about all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I choose not because that's not who I am.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yep.
But it's a trade deadline.
Yeah.
So you call me to tell me that, hey, we're going to waive you. So even if you waive me, you still got to pay me. So that's really dealing with salary cap issues.
Okay.
So we're going to waive Derek. We're going to free up more money so we can get somebody else next year or whatever. Hey, that's the politics that y'all don't understand and know behind the scenes.
Okay.
Indeed.
So when they waived me, I could have still collected the money that I was going to collect. And Jason Kidd called me, wanted me to come back to Jersey. Toronto called me. They wanted me to come back to Toronto. Houston wanted me to come to Houston. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, bro, I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm mad because you brung me home and first opportunity
Playing
I get
games.
to win.
Y'all don't
Yeah,
see.
you can't play no games with me.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So that's why I walked away from the game of basketball. I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
Got you.
I'm done with it. I can't, deal with it. And to be honest with you, that's the first time the politics
Hit
Really
you.
of
hit
the
you.
game
Hit you.
Hit you.
hit me.
Directly you.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with it with my teammates and everybody going to bat for them my whole
Yeah.
life. Nah, man, we need him. What is
Yeah.
y'all talking about?
Yeah.
So it's the first time they're actually like, damn, me? Really?
Yeah.
You telling me I can't get no time with Elder Campbell, Tonio McDyess, Rasheed Wallace.
Uh-huh.
Hey, man,
Yep.
I'm kicking these guys' ass all my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is he talking about? And I ain't trying to start.
Yeah.
I'm 15 years in it.
Yeah, but I just want
You telling
sometime.
me I can't play?
Yeah.
So again, my mentor come to practice one day.
Mm-hmm.
Benny White.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I had got knee in my thigh, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sore, he's like, man, what's wrong? He said, you got hurt. I said, I got knee in the thigh. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm good though, B, you know what I'm saying? I say, but, they don't want to let me get loose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I tell you what, come to practice Friday.
All right.
Benny came to practice, I put on a show.
No, listen.
Just to show them like, dog.
I'm that dude.
Oh, yeah, I've been
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, don't call it a comeback.
So listen.
I understand that.
So with KA,
So
the
hold
mentor.
on, 'cause we got
Yeah.
a caller.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, let's see if we can get that caller. Caller, can you hear me?
Yeah, peace. How you doing, brother?
Who am I speaking with, good brother?
Yes, sir. My name is Corey Muhammad. I'm calling from Montgomery, Alabama, in fact, but I'm from Lansing.
Okay.
And a legendary coach who's a Detroit native, but in coaching Saginaw a long time, Coach No Rain Reed.
Wow.
He's the one that told me about the podcast.
Okay.
Benny White is a mentor of mine. Just a quick story before my commentary. I met Brother Derek Coleman because Benny White at Dr. Tucker's camp in Lansing, he told me to come up. They having a camp, and so I came up and I saw my man sitting on his Range Rover in the park, and they had a beautiful league going on. I was one of the referees. So I was like, when I was talking about the league, even though I'm not a Detroit native, I'm from the Cap. I reminisced and could resonate with the brother. He's just a stand-up, beautiful brother, and I remember seeing them fiberglass backboards and an ice paved court in the middle of the community that y'all was from. So I wanted to just attest to that.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Man, thank you, fam. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
love.
the love, man.
Yeah, for sure. Now my commentary on the subject is I wanted to add this. I coach basketball. Like I said, I'm in Montgomery. I teach at Alabama State University, HBCU, shout out.
Uh-huh.
And I coach at a junior college, high school down here, Montgomery Catholic. And we talk about this all the time, but Millie Fuller said a quote. He said, if you don't understand racism, white supremacy, everything else you think you understand will only confuse you. And I know this might make some people uncomfortable because we like to run away from race.
Wow.
But you can't answer that question that you asked without talking about racism.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit is one of the epicenters of Black America.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And was the epicenter at one time for Black home ownership. What was that connected to? The manufacturing job,
Thank you.
the stable community in Black Detroit. However, with the decline of the manufacturing jobs and the attack on the Black family in Detroit, which is the capital of Michigan, then you're going to have a connection with the school systems folding, the politics not sustaining it. And then on top of that, the lack of consciousness of Black people in Detroit. Now, Brother Derek went to school at Syracuse. I lived in New York City. One of the things that you will find in more wholesale is that the Black people in New York City on that East Coast, they're more conscious politically and socially about what's going on.
Sir.
In Detroit, Black people just associate being Black with going out, maybe going to the barbecue, but there's lacking of social and political consciousness in the city of Detroit. I even see it here. I'm at a Black college. Cats coming from the East Coast, they're more conscious and aware than cats coming from Detroit. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Now, how's that tying in? Because Black people in Detroit, the epicenter of Michigan, the Black coaches I remember Benny White telling me this. They had a Black Coaches Association at one time, and it folded.
Yep.
See, why did it fold? When Black connection. The Michigan High School Athletic Association hampering what high schools can do with their players by playing out of town, etc.
Yeah.
This is to control, to be quite frank, the movement of the black players in Detroit and in other cities, Lansing, Flint, Saginaw. But it's to control that. But Detroit is the epicenter of that. Now, when black folks do not protect their best interests politically, socially, and economically, you're going to have this kind of situation where goddamn 10 years can go by where you don't have a McDonald All-American. Look at where these players are coming from, brothers.
Yep.
They're now coming from Houston. They're now coming from Atlanta. They're now coming from the places where black Detroiters are moved to and a whole bunch of other people.
Carolina.
But it did not have to happen this way. Why? You still see the productivity coming out of Philadelphia. You still see the productivity coming out of places like Chicago. But there's a reason why. Those places, one of the reasons, they have a more politically conscious black community, which is going to protect their best interests as much as they can, even when it comes into sports.
Good brother, listen.
So I think that dynamic got to be asked.
Right now,
I'm sorry for talking so much.
No, you going on, but what you just gave, just gave a history, and we appreciate your call. Man, we going to have
thank you.
back in on another episode because we got some more callers trying to get in. But listen,
to have him come in.
Yeah.
Listen, have him come in because, brother, listen, what you just talked about, and appreciate the call, brother. Anybody else want to call in? 313-314?
8880.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's funny that what he talked about. I talked to Ben Kelso today. I was hoping that he was listening because I said, man, why don't you just call in?
Right.
What he talked about is what this guy just spoke of. He said it was, here's another call. Hold on one second. We're going to get this other call.
State Champions Podcast.
All right. Well, how you doing?
Pretty
Man, we
good.
How about you, good brother?
All right. This is Gary T. Everett.
Man, G2. What's up, brother?
All right, man. I love all three of you brothers, man. You know that.
G, we love you too, man.
right, man.
How Officer Everett doing?
All right. He's doing very well, man. You know, he's very well. I got a question.
Yes, sir.
We got answers.
Question for DC.
Yes, sir.
How much influence did the Hawks baby have on you? And if everybody don't know who the Hawks baby is, shame on them.
Who?
Horse baby.
He said horse.
baby.
Listen. Hey, Gary, because I know you had 9,000 questions, but he about to answer that. We gonna clear the line so some other people can get in, but he gonna answer that D for my man Gary.
I love G.
I say turn him horse. I mean,
Turning.
Yes, sir.
Go get my damn ball, baby.
get my ball. Well, again, when you talk about mentors, right?
There you go.
McDowell,
Wow.
Benny,
Yeah.
Cookie Mars,
Cookie
all
Mars.
these guys grew up under Hoss baby, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So knowing Hoss all my life, playing for him in the summer league, right? But what I really didn't know, and again, we have so many heroes in our neighborhoods and our communities that don't share the stories.
Yep.
So when Hoss passed away,
Wow.
I went to his funeral, and I didn't know Hoss did etiquette classes and big-time balls for young ladies.
No freaking way.
Yes, these young ladies stood up, man,
Uh-huh.
and talked about Hoss doing debutante balls for them and teaching them the proper etiquette as being young women in Detroit. I could not. That blew me away.
Wow.
And I've been knowing Hoss forever. He's never said that.
Never talked
to
about
me,
it.
Never talked about it or anything, man.
But isn't that who Hoss really was?
But that's
People don't really understand his connection. You know,
yes,
he coached girls softball too.
yes.
And his passion for that
Yeah.
it was just amazing.
Yeah.
He wanted you to come out and see these babies, and he did everything he could. He kept that van loaded up with these young
Right.
people,
Yeah.
gloves, mitts, anything that these young women needed. Hoss made it happen. Hoss took care of a generation, 2-3 generations
So
of
it's
people.
just what we're talking about right now. We're not reinventing the wheel.
Uh-huh.
We just still creating the exposures. You know, we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors.
Standing on the shoulders of
Those
giants.
warriors,
Some
yes.
real giants.
sir.
Well,
Giants.
we mentioned Brother Appling. We
Yeah.
prayed that everything turns out all right for him from a legal aspect and a
Because
mental,
I want to
mental
go back to
emotional
that.
aspect.
Absolutely. Go ahead, G.
what can we do now? What do you think, D, briefly, what do you think we could do now to try to help this young brother? I mean, outside of prayer, obviously the legal system going, which is obviously not in our favor. But what do you think we can do as a community to help him? But not only that, let's prevent the next one.
Well, it's sad that he becomes that example.
Yes.
You know, for our kids, the next generation. You know what I'm saying? I think the best thing for us to do really is to see, can we have these type of conversations with him? Like what really happened? What
Not
deterred you?
Okay. But
what led you astray?
Yeah, what led you astray? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I understood when he first came home. I mean, being in Orlando with Scott Perry, you know what I'm saying, and playing and coming back home and getting in trouble. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you putting yourself in a position where the trouble is already there.
Woo.
You just happen to
Woo.
walk up on it.
You just walk back into it.
Walk back into it. Yeah.
So we've all been in those situations.
No question.
So D, you mentioned this earlier about after you left the Pistons and that frustration.
Yeah.
And I think this is part of it, and G alluded to this as well, about when you lead a game of basketball. And now, y'all just mentioned this 2 seconds ago, preventing the next person. That's the scary thing, because it's more young men out there like
No question.
KA. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more. But so we got to teach our people in the community that they got to be, I think it's like survivor, thrivers, and then it's overcomers. Because if you don't, they don't know how to come out of that. You need those people, the Benny Whites, the McDowell, the Hoss babies.
Yes.
To help.
You can't do without them.
You can't do it to help. But what's happening now, we don't have the stand-up guys who going to say, you know what, hey, man, I don't care how good you are, you got to do certain things. And I think what has happened with the young fella over the years, what it started in middle school to high school, somebody saw something. D, you mentioned some mental health. Nobody can't tell me that this guy hasn't showed these signs before. And nobody said that. So it's not coincidental. I'm wearing the shirt Blame Society because that's what did it.
But we are the society.
We are. That's the whole.
That's it.
So we're guilty.
We're guilty.
All of us are.
All of us.
So like I said, we have to really figure out, okay, what do we do that we don't let that happen again?
Solutions. There you go.
Solutions.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the bottom line. We can talk to blue in the face. What are those solutions?
Well, D, you know, when you talk about adults, you know, I have on here, and I think once a young man gets into high school and he's playing any sport, particularly football, basketball, most of his time is spent with the coach.
Yeah.
Now, it's good, bad, or indifferent. You get to school 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. After, you know, we're in the city of Detroit. All of us had one gym.
Right.
So JV, girls, however the case may be, because girls now play the same season as us.
Yes.
So now my young men are getting home 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Yeah.
So now I can add pretty well. That's 12 and a half hours.
Yeah.
By the time a young person gets home, take a shower, eat him a little grub, it's 10 o'clock, 10:30. He got to talk to his lady or two on the phone.
Yeah. Do a little homework.
Finish up his homework.
Yeah.
How much time is spent with that parent? It's not an awful lot.
Yeah.
So I think, and I've said this to parents over and over again, and both of y'all know I'm not really a recruiter like that. You know, I don't chase middle school kids around and none of that. If you come on, I'm gonna make you better. But I tell parents all the time, I said, this is what you got to think about, because I'm a father first.
Before anything.
You'll Google and start come up.
But before you're a father, you're a man.
No, man, no.
No, we talking about a man.
I'm a man.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a dad. I'm a father first, man. So here we are. I'm going to be saying to your son exactly the same things that you would be saying to him if he were at home. And that's what we've gotten out of too. See,
hold on, G. I got to cut you off.
Go ahead.
The same thing you saying to the son, but you're saying it and you mean it. And so now, see, G, I listen. I was there. No, accountability. Because see, now what's happening, and this is a realization. These are facts. City of Detroit, in terms of it. These young guys are being raised by their moms. That's okay. It can happen.
It's facts.
But you talking about? Big fella right there.
My daddy,
but I can tell you,
my stepfather was a great dude, but I was
to this day.
Did you make an excuse?
I've never.
Damn,
made
D.
an excuse.
Did your mama allow you to make an excuse?
Uh-oh.
She still won't tell.
Did your grandmother allow you to make it? Come on, that was a whole
Everything
different.
that I am.
Come on, say it again.
I'm my grandma.
Come on, you ain't got to tell us. We know.
I'm my grandma. Everything that I am.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't gonna move off the wood either.
Yeah.
Eight kids,
Mm-hmm.
3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
I'm my grandma.
Yeah.
Because whatever she can find, she gonna crack you across your head with it.
There you
So
go.
she held you accountable.
And she only gonna call you once.
No. Okay. So
Go ahead,
go,
Ralph.
no, I'm just go ahead. Go y'all go ahead.
Well, here we are. So the question becomes, so we asked about who was responsible for KA. I need DC 44 to say right now, and Pete Nice, I want to hear y'all answer this for me. Who's responsible for the demise of high school basketball in the city of Detroit?
And I'll tell you again, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because you know what? We are products of it.
We're products of it.
Yeah.
And we allowed this thing to happen.
And we allow it to happen. But the biggest problem is, fellas, is that we don't have the unity that we grew up in our city.
Why not?
Because
Why not?
egos.
That's what the caller was just talking about. He talked about the Black Coaches Association. He was talking about this, but go ahead.
Egos. That's
Competitively stupid.
yeah.
I've got a term right here, competitively stupid.
So that's what you're saying. I can compete with you
Man, come
all day, man.
Man.
But once I walk off that whether you beat me or
What up,
I beat
boy?
you, whatever,
What up?
you
It's
still
good.
my man.
You still my guy.
I'm
It ain't
still
nothing.
gonna make a phone call.
Come on.
To be, hey, I got to recruit over here to recruit my kids.
Man, come
my
on.
kids made a decision to go to school. But hey, you need to go to George
You
school.
need to go.
You need to go to Rap school. It's a kid over there just as good as
Come
my
on,
kid
man.
on the upside.
Wow.
So that's what we don't have no unity. So it's still a divide and conquer community.
And what we're dealing with is we've spent so much time trying to say Rap was my kid on draft night.
right.
DC was my kid. That's not what happened with Harry and them. It was
No.
Hoss could celebrate. Harry could celebrate in the fact that, man, look at our.
Made it. That's
He
my,
made it.
That's my kid.
That's our kid.
That's our kid.
And see, we celebrate. See, this is the thing that people. This is what's a trip though. See, when you made it, we made
We
it.
all made it.
So when you
Yes.
now this is what God loved. When you missed a free throw against Indiana,
Yes.
I remember I laid down that night and I remember like, damn. I felt like Cooley had lost the championship.
Thank you.
And I felt like, damn, man,
Right.
we missed that shit. I wasn't at the Superdome.
Yeah.
But we've been taught, and it's been indoctrinated in us, to hate one another. So if the young people have been taught that, the old people who have been the ones who showed them that. And see, the young people see and hear the conversations that we have or the attitudes that we have
Yes,
against
sir.
each other. So this division has filtered down from life to basketball. And we're just not doing what's best for our young people. And at some point in time, yes, our young people have to get developed. When we look at middle schools, we look at high school coaches, our young people spending a lot of time with you. Yep, we're spending more time. Now it goes back to what y'all talk about, accountability. So now Ralph said, well, a lot of our households are run by the ladies. So the attitude from a coaching perspective, I don't want Derek mad at me because Monday he may leave.
Yeah.
Now, do you realize we as adults have allowed these young people and these parents to hold us hostage?
Yeah.
Real quick,
no,
cause
no,
I got to take this call because I done got Coach Kelso to call in to talk about this.
Oh, get it.
Great.
Get it.
All right, so now listen, Coach, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
So listen, Coach, I need you to explain to the viewers, and you heard the callers earlier talking about the Black Coaches Association and the things you were saying to me earlier, the demise of Detroit high school basketball.
Wow.
Coach, can you give us and the viewers the earful from your perspective? Now the caller called in and said some great things, but you talked about the demise and how it happened. Can you talk and speak to that now? We got you live on the air. Everybody can hear you.
Yes, the demise started with administration when they were looking what they thought to be changes that they were going to be able to make for the better. And in doing so, they changed the rules and way in which people could apply for jobs. And they gave people the impression that what they were going to do was take all the coaches in the city for all jobs in football, basketball, and the others, and have those people apply with a committee that they had. And this committee of people would pick through the applications and interview the people and pass the jobs out in that way. Therefore, the better coaches that were going to end up, if they applied and if the committee voted them in, then they would end up in those jobs. Every coach was going to have to apply. That's what they indicated, and that's what the papers and the people picked up. But that was not the case.
Okay.
They manipulated a way in which to keep actually the better coaches out. What they wanted to do was, I believe in their intent, was to gain favor themselves, to be able to prove to the people that they could make these changes and these changes would be better.
Okay.
So they actually phased out the better coaches. Now, they said everyone could apply, and everyone would apply on the east side, the west side, and so forth. Everyone would apply.
Okay.
You had the east side coaches would get a chance to come down and apply, all the coaches, and whoever, and you could win any position that was open. All the coaches could apply. They did the same thing with the west side. But they manipulated it so they took this committee of people and they only allowed, you're thinking anybody can apply, but anybody could not apply. The way they did was phase and only let certain people apply. Once you got down there, you did not get a chance to go in. You couldn't even go in and speak with those committee people. Those committee people were manipulated to interview the people or coaches that were set up by the administration in sports and athletics. And when you go down, those people were the ones who ended up with the jobs. Now, those people were not even in the ballpark of the higher degree of coaches that were at schools and stuff around the thing. And they made the people believe that all of us had applied and that the person in that position won it over you.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't the case. You never had an opportunity to even apply. They did not let certain people apply. When you went down, they said, no, you can't apply. And then they said, well, why not? Could I just speak with the committee? No, they didn't let you get it. So the committee never even learned that there were certain coaches that they did not apply. So they ended up with a numerous, actually almost unqualified coaches, coaches that did not qualify in the higher degree of sports and athletics, like the ones that they did not allow to apply.
So, Coach,
and that started.
So, Coach,
go ahead.
What do you think was once they did that? Because you mentioned to me earlier how now we are in a situation where administration downtown did some things and caused that, but now you said, well, did I think that Jalen Rose, Derek Coleman in this era, in this time, would go to a city school? And you kind of touched on that earlier, but what did you say? Why you don't think they would have went to a city school? Because of what?
Well, I say that those guys in this day and age, with this situation being what it is now, Derek Coleman or Jalen Rose or Rashawn Leonard would never have gone to an inner city school now in this day because the level of coaching is so far down, and the people who have a sincere interest in actually getting a kid to do better and move on somewhere, that doesn't exist in the city anymore.
Yes, sir.
There was a time when Southwestern had a basketball team. 8, 9 people off that team got scholarships somewhere. There was a time when Cooley High School.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a time when Cooley High School, anybody that was in the top 7 got a scholarship and went somewhere.
Yep.
Those types of things don't happen anymore, and they don't happen anymore because the level of respect for the coaches coming from the parents and the kids, they're beyond that now. They go someplace else. And with that attrition continuing on, you never get the same level of ability from the players because the best ones are going to where they think it is a better situation for them.
Yeah.
And that was not the case years ago.
Well, Coach, one thing I think has changed, and you called me. We talked, I think, the night after I lost my second state championship. And you told me, you said, man, you're going to have to leave Southeastern. He said, in Georgia, the only thing you're going to be able to do, because you're not going to get the players anywhere in the city unless you get the cash job, Renaissance. He said the Renaissance people are not going to have you. And you said if you don't get UD or Orchard Lake St. Mary's, you're not going to be able to win and win consistently. And I think, Coach, you just made a great point. But I think the other part of that, and we talked about this earlier, is the reputation of safety within the school system. And it goes to me, it goes back to the parenting piece, because overall in the city, I don't know that we've done as great a job as we need to do from a parenting standpoint to make our schools have a better reputation from a safety standpoint. And the thought is, I don't need Coach Bill. If you were coaching right now in 2021 with your style in the late 80s, you wouldn't get any children either, because the parents have changed. They don't want that type of man around their children all the time. And you fussing at us didn't bother our parents. Today,
not at all.
Today, man, you yell at these children if you want to, and the child may be transferring the next day. What's your thought on that, real quick?
Oh yeah, and that perpetuates itself right down the line. That perpetuates itself right on down the line. Think about the whining of college players. Think about the whining of pro players. Wow. Okay, that kind of thing perpetuates right straight down the line. But still, what we're talking about here is enough people being respected by parents who are going to influence their kids. Every single solitary parent in the city especially wants their kid to be able to move on to scholarship level. The main ingredients, because they can't afford it. They want them to move on. Now, they are going to send that kid somewhere where they think he's going to be able to move on to scholarship level. And at one time, that was the situation. Now let's make sure that we understand that not just that ability and respect from coaching standpoint, the charter school situations had a lot to do with, a lot of players as well. Creating a lot of charter schools and a kid being able to go to a charter school around the corner. And he didn't have to go all the way across the city to King, Right. That had a lot to do with some demise too, I believe.
Okay. And Coach, man, we definitely appreciate you calling in. I was so glad that you called. But and I just always think about, as when I was coming up through the coaching ranks and I called Kelso and I said, Coach, man, tell me one thing that you remember most about coaching. And me being young and a little stupid and naive, I thought he was going to talk about the 3 state championships. And I got to tell this story, Coach. We talked about this earlier. And he said, Raphael, the most rewarding thing is when you're downtown somewhere with your family and a guy comes up and you don't know him, you don't remember him because you ran across too many children over the years. And the guy comes up and he's like a little kid and he brings his wife up and his children and say, Coach, I remember what you did for me. I remember when you was trying to pull me out of the hallway. I remember when you was trying to teach me something. Coach, those things stuck to me, and this is why I have this family I have. And I'm listening to you like, man, I would have never thought that. But that just a tribute to the joy, a tribute to you, Coach, because now we don't have that. We don't have those guys that the young guys can reach to. And like y'all just talked about and what we talking about on the show, having those people to say, you know what, this is a true mentor. And see, mentor, M-E-N starts off men. See, we dinosaurs now.
Oh, yeah.
See, we dinosaurs.
Well, you know, and it goes back.
We can't say nothing.
They've shut us up.
They didn't shut us down. And Coach,
That's right.
Go ahead.
And that's what gets that in.
We really appreciate there's so many guys that over the years, now they might not have liked this style and you was fussing at us and spitting in our face. But I promise you, like George said, my dad never said one thing.
No, what you talking about?
Now, my old dude is an old dude for real. You understand what I'm saying? But he never said nothing. He had no problem with that. No, that's your coach, and you follow what he say.
Well, you have real parents.
You had real parents.
Well, I can tell you this.
Yeah.
You wasn't going to go home.
You know, I can tell you that over the years.
You even tell your mother, Coach called me a name. Coach said I was soft as hell today. Yeah. She would have said, well, what was you doing to make him say you were soft as hell?
Yeah.
Today, you in the principal office with a lawyer, with a mama, a grandmama, and an auntie.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Hey, look, and think about how many of those kids that you got, and that went on up through the years, putting the right idea in a kid's head when he's young may prevent him from being a different person when he gets older.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he may not like it. He may not understand it. But when he gets older and you have turned him in the right direction, you've done him an enormous favor.
Yeah.
Coach, man,
well, you guys got a great show.
We got some more callers calling in. Coach, you know I'm going to call you. I'll call you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You have a great day. You too, George. Good luck this year, okay?
Yeah.
So, and what Coach is talking about, see, when there's no challenge, there's no change.
Well, I'll give you a prime example.
Go ahead, D.
My freshman year at Syracuse. Right? So, again, you know, I get to school, I'm the new kid on the block.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
You know, and you know, I'm playing. Coach Boeheim is on my butt about everything. So we clashing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just, you know, me.
Yep.
With that cement block on my shoulder.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So I call home.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to my aunt. You know what I'm saying? So I call home like, hey baby, you know, how you doing? Whatever. I'm like, you know, I'm good. I'm married. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and Coach, you know what I'm saying? He screaming at how I come from that. So it's not bothering me. That's Coach. That's Harry Harrison all over.
To another level.
To a whole.
Yeah.
4.2.
Yeah.
Harry, you know what I'm saying?
You dumb son.
Right. So I'm talking to my aunt. All I hear in the background though is my uncle.
Come on.
My mother's brother.
Come on.
Yeah,
your great uncle.
Yeah. So he like this. Yeah. Give me the phone, Mary.
There we go.
My aunt hands my uncle the phone. My uncle says, hey, you want to deal with him
or you want to deal with me?
And handed the phone back to my aunt.
Damn.
That's all he had to say. And I'm like, all right, then, Mary, I'll talk to you later.
So, well, D, I want you to think about this, though, man. See, this is what's different now, though. A McDonald's All-American.
Yeah.
You on ESPN.
Yes.
We watching you. Big Monday.
Now, come
you hear me?
Now.
We watching you, dog.
Where I get the summer league Big Monday from?
Come on, man. Big East. You playing against Ewing? When you playing against Mullen, them out where?
Hold on. I ain't even put that together.
Man, come on, man, because you be having too much of that. You see the bottle gone. But so check it out. So here we are, D. Your family remains your family.
Always.
I want you to think about this now. Our young people's family become more of their fans now.
Yeah. No.
So no, because now listen, now I gotta say it.
Yeah.
There's a young lady who, I ain't gonna reveal the school, none of that, because they'll know who it is. But the coach was hollering at the young fella. The young fella didn't know what he's doing. He's a freshman. They trying to break him in anyway. Boy, you got to learn what's going on. And you should be happy to be here.
Yeah.
A sister said they were going to drive a number of hours to the university to talk to the coach about hollering at her baby. But this is the crazy thing about it. Now, it was the brother. And that's really a microcosm of our thinking.
Mhm.
You got to understand, man. Now, do you see a guy that you could see? I've seen 2-3 guys, and I say, this son of a gun, he in 8th? This son of a gun could be, this boy, this could be the next DC. But where you going to school? Coach, they say you real. I've had so many parents say, they say you real hard on the boys. I said, well, I ain't got no felons. I ain't killed nobody. I ain't got no felony on me. I ain't killed nobody. I said, my young people, matter of fact, I had 2 young men graduating from college 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I said, listen, my kids are going to college. And if you look at it, I don't care what level they go to, they're playing well. That doesn't matter. Our parents are more concerned with the freshman year. I want you to listen to this now. Our parents are more concerned with the freshman year of high school than they are their freshman year of college.
I'm glad you said that.
Go, D, because you're glad I said it. I want you to elaborate.
I sit there, and I mean, again, basketball is my life, so I still go to games.
What you mean? All the time.
And everything.
You be at our games.
So, again, Benny them up at Groves, my guy, Carl Dedrick, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's over there coaching the JVs.
JVs.
So I come and help them guys.
What you supposed
They
to?
try to make me a coach, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I said no.
No, D ain't gonna be no coach. He tell her.
Because I'm a consultant.
Yeah.
I'm not a coach.
What did you do?
I'm a consultant.
You a consultant.
Yeah.
Nobody thought DC would grow up and be a consultant.
I'm gonna give you all the advice
Yeah.
and everything that you need, because just what you just said, right? I'm sitting there and parents come out the stand.
Oh.
Hey, coach, you think, first of all, I'm not a coach, all right, but how can I help you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think my son needs to do, you know what I'm saying, to get better or whatever? Well, he needs to get in the gym.
Yeah.
Do you think he got a shot? Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you think he got a shot? A shot at what? Going to the 10th grade? Yeah.
Right, that's only what you're talking about.
Playing basketball? Come on, man. It's a process.
It's a process.
In this.
But we
Y'all
wanna
don't
skip it.
Understand that.
Mhm.
But see, a lot of parents are trying to live through their babies.
Uh-oh.
You can't live through your kid.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
You ain't never been an athlete in your life.
There you
What you
go.
gonna tell me about basketball?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of times when you see me at games and stuff, and I got headphones in my ears,
Because you're trying to block out.
I ain't listening to nothing. I ain't
Uh-oh.
listening to nothing, bro.
You don't want nobody come talking to you.
Have a conversation.
You don't want to have a conversation.
I'm either gonna stand up against the
Wall, what you always do.
sit way up in the bleachers in the corner by myself, because I'm really just trying to enjoy the game.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
watch the young fellas. So when they go in the locker room, they come out of the locker room, I can tell them, hey man, you need to go work on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go left, man. You need to pull up on your
You
jumper.
think my son, you know what I'm saying? Man, the kid's 7 years old. What, is he
What are you
about?
talking about?
Let the fucking kid play.
Come on, man.
Enjoy the game, man.
Right.
But we trying to live through our children. So that's a huge part of the problem too. But it's just like the caller said earlier, fam, we got babies raising babies.
Mm-hmm.
Babies mentally
So, yeah,
raising babies.
yeah.
That's the
So
biggest thing.
Family structure is all messed up.
Well, I want to, because, Ralph always introduces us and, he says, a current coach and a former coach. But Ralph, as a tactician, was one of the best in business. And at CMA, he first time ever they defeated Renaissance.
Yeah.
Ever. First time ever they defeated Persian in a real basketball game. It was the playoffs. And I remember seeing Ralph's teams and I'm thinking, man, my dog is doing a hell of a job.
Man,
But
I appreciate it.
because I done had a many art, it's the crazy thing about it. And I go to the game and see at this point in time, not D, at this time I was at Southeastern, then I end up going over to King.
Yeah.
And so some of the guys, because they kids that had to play for me, so they got respect for me. Hey, I know that's your man, but he need to.
Right.
So again, I don't have the headphones in my ears, but they say I'm not responding because you don't want to have this dialogue with me.
Uh-huh.
Well, finally, I got to tell you, man, I'm going to be honest, man, your son can't play. Now they looking at me crazy. I said, man, your son can't really play. Do you really realize what my man is doing? He's putting him in a great position.
Right.
But
What?
how do you leave? Hold up, D.
Go ahead, G.
How is it? And you don't have to get real specific, Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that as an X and O guy, as a hell of a mentor, as a guy that did what he did from a player standpoint, How is it that you're on Finkel Avenue just south at CMA? How is it that you are no longer coaching?
Well, it goes back to what we're talking about. This is part of the demise of Detroit basketball. Administration, people in position.
Let's say it.
Who are now trying to pacify the kids.
Thank you.
And they claim they want some structure and discipline.
No, but they really don't.
Right. So then what they do, they make me the scapegoat and say that you too hard on them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, do you realize how hard white America going to be on them? You know how hard it's going to be for a dude to be in prison?
You know how hard they're going to be on George Floyd. You know how hard they were on Emmett Till. You realize how hard they was on Martin Luther King. But go ahead.
And all I was trying to do is provide structure and discipline, and it comes back from coach.
Yes.
I started to understand it. I used to have to explain to them, I want to get in the gym on Saturday and Sunday. It was a fight. I said, do y'all think I don't want to be at home drinking me a Bud Light, chilling with my lady?
Right.
But I understand why y'all don't understand why I'm doing it. Basketball is just a vehicle, but it's a way of blocking the guy's time to keep him out of trouble.
Now you had a young man that quit. His sophomore year. You gave him another shot. He
came back as junior
year. What did he do?
Quit again.
So his senior year, he come. You say,
I'm gonna stop him from being
no
a quitter.
dice. I ain't gonna let you quit again.
Right.
So you can't come play for me.
They ain't like that. They basically forced me to have another trial.
Extra trial.
Only reason why I didn't resign because people have brought me their kids. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
my man Judd, who just texted me, who on the line, he brought me his son, so I didn't want to leave.
Right.
So because I had that obligation.
Yeah.
But I had asked the administration, I said, listen to me now. If the teacher would have quit on you the first year and the second year,
you gonna bring her
would
back?
you bring them back?
Uh-oh.
But see, but again, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different because you're a black male. You're a black male.
Come on, my man.
See, a black
See,
woman.
this ain't rehearsed right now.
This ain't rehearsed. We ain't talking about this.
We ain't talking about
So
this.
you're a black male. So now you are the bully.
Yeah.
And you 6'5.5" tall. So now and then you raise your voice a little bit. Guess what? We can't do it.
Yeah.
Now the teacher that does that, the teacher that's in her room and getting everybody together, you sit your tail down. She's worshipped by administration.
Mm-hmm.
As a male, it's a microcosm of our community.
Mm-hmm.
He crazy.
Yeah.
DC,
he crazy.
DC a bully. He can't be telling people that.
Yeah, I am.
No, well, I know. Yeah, it's gotta be.
Because we have to be.
But you're a bully for the right reason.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they walk out that door, our kids, I tell them all the time, hey man, when you walk out that gym door, society don't give a damn about you.
You better hold on. DC, could you say that for me one more time? This ain't a repeat, guys. Say it again.
All the time. You know what I'm saying? Even the kids that I coach at the junior NBA, I started Team Michigan.
Yeah.
I don't want parents in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't come in my gym because you know what? This is my time with these kids to really talk to them more about than just basketball. I want to talk to y'all about life. I want to talk to y'all, hey man, what is this shit y'all growing on y'all head? What's it called?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't play for me.
Why you wearing your clothes like that?
Well, again, when you talk about why a kid wearing his pants sagging and all that stuff, man, who am I to tell a kid to pull his pants up when his parents at home ain't telling him to pull his pants up?
Well, that's the.
I understand that part of it, G.
But it goes back to, again, we have become
Passive.
We become too passive as parents, and then the expect. See, though that very parent, oftentimes when the child becomes an adult,
Thank you.
that parent looks back and says, damn, I messed up.
Yeah, you messed up.
You messed up.
Yeah.
And you did not allow, and that's the greatest thing about this. You talk about the village.
Yeah.
Even if our parents didn't understand what they were doing, which most of our parents did, they would not have sequestered us from the village.
No.
See, our parents would have allowed Hoss
Without question.
to bring that ass, baby.
Yeah,
With them grades, When them grades, come on, you getting this wood.
Yeah.
See, our parents, Tony Blankenship, our main man, Finkel Ave. Come on, man, we all Finkel Ave, really and truly. That's your guy. So Tony Blankenship, University of Michigan, Murray Wright. Should have went to Cooley too, man. Come on, Cooley was loaded, wasn't we? Yeah. But anyway, Tony Blankenship, his dad is your first coach, man. Joe Blankenship was at Cooley High. Come on, with you. That's your main man. Tony Blankenship paddled a young man. This kid was about 6'5". No embellishment. This kid was about 6'5", 290. Tony paddled the kid. Now, we all, at this time, we were probably early 30s. You were still playing, D. And I remember when they said that it's on the news.
The article came out.
Article
news,
came out.
Everything. I remember.
called Tone. I said, man, you good? You straight? Gee, man, I can't believe this is happening. He said, man, the kid had all F's and D's.
Nobody talk about that.
All F's and D's. So here we are. Now, here we are, Pete. You grew up literally right around the corner from the blanket shit.
No. See, that's where you're wrong.
Oh, my bad. You was on
the same block, on the same side, about 7 houses down.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Y'all some talent down there, didn't you?
Oh, we got in terms of basketball.
Yeah, y'all was low.
Between Keeler and Midland.
Great.
Keep your thoughts. I'm gonna give y'all this. Might be the best starting 5 ever.
I want to hear it right now.
Me.
Yep.
Rooftop. Hold on. Boo Boo Watson, Anthony Watson, Tony and Tion. I line up against anybody.
Right.
Cause see, we got D on us. See, we'll play DC, but in between those blocks, he got to get some of his cousins. They gonna get tired fast. So we gonna win that game.
I forgot.
We gonna press them. Now people get Anthony Watson stayed on that street. But go ahead. I don't want to like.
No, that's sick right there.
Yes, sir.
So Tone, the young man was about 6'5", about 290. He was in the 10th grade. D. He was blindside waiting to happen. He was going to LSU or something.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony paddled the young man. All right. You got D's and F's, you bring it. Come on, bring it. Yeah. And you 6'5", 290, you got a lot of it. I'm about to tear it up.
Yes, sir.
He gets it. And the young man's mother comes up to the school. They file a lawsuit, everything. Tony Blankenship, Hall of Fame football coach who has won everywhere he's gone, was terminated by the Detroit public school system. And I remember after seeing Tone, I saw Tone that Fridays, and we had talked previously, and he had gotten another job. I said, Tone, I don't know where we're headed. I promise y'all. I said, I don't know. It was a Sunday afternoon. I said, I don't know where we headed. If they fire you, this is about 15, 16 years ago.
I remember that.
I said, if they fired you for that, and this young man, I said to him, I said, I'm going to hate to see where this young man ends up. Dang. I know what happened to the young man, but I don't even want to talk about it here right now.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't a good situation. And that really shows us the attitude of administration at that time. See, the principal was supposed to, if I'm the principal of the school, I'd lose my job before we say, you getting out of here.
Yeah.
See, at some point in time, somebody has to stand up for the male. But now what they've done it so clever. Your most populated schools in the city of Detroit. You want to hear this? I might not be working tomorrow, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Cass, King, Renaissance, East English Village at one time, and I think it was Mumford. Now Mumford has a male principal.
Yeah.
They were all run by female principals.
No.
Now,
G-Man, stop it.
No,
man,
Dr. Deborah Jenkins. See, Dr. Deborah Jenkins, she got my back. She like me. She like
got a couple people around that got your back.
Yeah, got a couple people around, but I want you to understand what has been done. And see, this goes back to the beginning of time from when we got here. We got to put people in a position to make sure that Derek and Ralph are somewhat controlled. And to see if you control us,
you control the community. Stop playing this. This is, man, listen.
Control the narrative.
You control the narrative.
And this is where we at now. And I just think about all of this. And that the question was, what was the cause and the demise of Detroit high school basketball?
Okay.
So we've at this point we've concluded that it is the society,
adults,
us,
Yes.
and we got to go on record.
Let's get
Black males.
We failed them. We failed them.
Right. We failed our young men and young women.
We have.
It ain't nothing for debate. It ain't nothing nobody talking about.
Yeah. You call in if you want to. You don't want to have this argument. We're part of the problem.
But see, but the politics, what your guy said, called from Lansing, he talked about the politics of it. See, we had a Black Coaches Association. You had these things in place. He said that Detroit in itself.
Oh, man.
We talking about culturally. Michigan, we know what they say at Lansing is the capital, but Detroit
is really everything
with us
right here. Everything.
And what they've done is
Shameful.
It's shameful and put us in the box, not just in Detroit. You name any urban area, Philly, Chicago, LA, you name it.
I just got on the phone with Gary Moore coming over here today, which is Allen Iverson's mentor.
Wow.
And he's talking about the same situations
No,
that's
man,
going on out there in Virginia.
Everywhere.
It's a demise
It's a demise.
of sports. And everybody wants to, to blame it, hey man, AAU basketball.
No.
I mean, we all know AAU basketball is a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
Say it one more time for me, D.
we all know AAU basketball is a hustle. That's what it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I still look at it as
it's a need. It's a necessary evil.
kids playing basketball.
They're playing basketball. And
Hold on. And they out of trouble.
So I salute any brother that spend their time with these young people on the weekend, regardless of your motive or anything. Yeah. Regardless if you want to be important in the kid's life and say, hey, that kid is my kid, forget that. They're spending time with the young man too. I applaud them. But here's the thing though. Why does it have to be versus? See, it shouldn't be AAU versus high school. It should be we're in this thing together.
Wow.
Yeah. We're in this love together.
Yeah,
Al Jarreau. Y'all don't know about Al Jarreau, man. Come on. You ain't never went to Al Jarreau concert. But we should be working in this thing together. And see, when D started Team Michigan, what he said was, he said, G, I got to do something, man, because I'm looking at too much bad basketball.
Yeah.
So my thing is, as high school coaches, as opposed to just because, again, and this is the crazy thing about it, people can't say nothing. I coach AAU and high school basketball, so this ain't me against nothing. But what I'm telling you is, us as the high school coaches have to be more involved. That's why I started coaching AAU, because I looked, I said, okay, there is a need.
Yeah.
Yep, these brothers doing a great job. Shout out to all the brothers around here. Shout out to all the organizations, everything, man. Y'all doing a heck of a job trying to get our young men exposure and our young girls. But let's unite. Talk to the AAU coach. Say, hey, man, look here. Hey, man, why don't you try doing this? Hey, if you need to see something, come check out some of my practices.
But
anything.
G, you talking about, not going back.
Okay.
Quality coaches. The Perry Washington, the Harry Harris,
Perry Washington,
the Ben Kelso.
Bad boy.
You go back. You go all back then. This is where it was at. So now, D said this earlier.
Yep.
See, nobody's unified.
Nobody
wants to. Everybody doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
So are we about the kids? Or are we about ourselves?
Well, a lot of them about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Why you say that, D?
Shit, I've seen it. Up close and personal.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't about wins and losses on the basketball court, man. It's about wins and losses in life.
Okay.
There you go.
And that's what we don't understand. A lot of us, when you're talking about coaching kids,
Uh-huh.
even the kids that I coach in the junior NBA, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
You still got connection with all of them. I see it.
oh,
I
they
see
my
it.
kids.
Ain't no question. I see it.
I love them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I go to the games and see them play in high school. And when I catch them at halftime, I say, hey, man,
What are you doing?
because I know I didn't teach you that.
Uh-huh.
So what are you doing? You resort back to the BS.
Yes.
So just what you said earlier, man, I applaud anybody who take time out for somebody else's kid.
Absolutely.
But the only way we're going to better ourselves, we got to have more coaches clinics in the city. We got to get more engaged with our youth because it starts with our young kids. It don't start when we get
No, it's too late.
It starts when we get elementary school.
Yep.
Yeah. Picking up all the bad habits.
Yeah.
At that age.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to change that culture, that landscape, right from the beginning. One thing I want to tell you about when you were talking about earlier, George, when you were saying that when I went and I missed the free throw, right? You felt that.
I felt it.
How it hurt you,
Felt it.
right? But when we win, how we don't care. You won, whoever. We all win.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So, see Webb, right? Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
My dude.
Yeah. Sir.
You feel me?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to let you read it.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not going to read it. I'm going to let you read it. What he sent me the other day.
Oh, man.
Read that.
Oh.
Hey, man. Hey, y'all realize, hold on. Y'all realize this ain't ESPN. They ain't even got this right here, dog.
Listen.
They ain't got it.
Read that.
ABC ain't got this.
See, now, the big fella, I ain't never known the big fella lie.
No, he ain't.
Thank you, big dog. You know what it is. Your game frame mind appreciate you.
What did I tell about him and Jay Rose?
Brought tears to my eyes to see you and Jay Rose talking. It is the coldest thing. But see, I don't want to tell that backstory because it's not even important. It's not important. But see, this is one thing that I love about D.
Come on, man.
And I'm telling you, going back, I just remember so many things about D and going to just being around and hanging out and doing certain things. You like, dang, this dude here, they was trying to give him a bad rap.
What you mean?
I had to tell a number of people,
man,
y'all don't know.
Shut up.
Y'all don't know the big fella. The horse is the horse.
I've been going left all my life.
Listen, let go left all your life.
Literally.
But they don't understand that. And I was like, y'all giving them a bad rap. Y'all don't know. But y'all can say what y'all want. For that text message to come through.
Say everything.
And for him to say what he said, and you just said, you ain't talking about you. You said to see him and see C-Web and J Rose talking brought tears to your eyes.
That's right.
Because go ahead. No, I can't say because, but you tell me.
And when they was first arguing and stuff about it, I reached out to them because I don't want to ever see that.
Yes, sir.
Because the media, they gonna take it.
That's what they're gonna run with it. It's what they want to see anyway.
That's amongst us.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, somebody has to step up and apologize.
Man.
Well.
And I've been at them with it for the longest. You know what I'm saying?
To get this thing right.
To get it right.
Well, D, again, because again, we got to hit on something else real quick, y'all. You've been not battling, but you've been trying to help advise the MHSAA.
We tried to get him in that spot for DPS. Yeah, but go ahead.
So here we are. And again, D, man, he really, he got a lot of things going on, man. We got the fish thing, the seafood thing going on in a minute in the hood. Everybody gonna love it. But what D? Hold on, about this, man. Come on, man. You got to do your research.
How can I be on the show and I don't even know
you
all
down here
stuff?
building
Go
basements?
ahead.
He down here building basements, man. What you mean? Drinking XO, man. Come on. So D, briefly talk about MHSAA and some of the rules that definitely must change. And again, those rules applied when we were playing.
Yeah.
So, but why they need to be modified right now?
Because for one, the game of basketball is evolving right in front of our faces. And us as being a state, Michigan, we are so far behind from everybody else. It's just like you said, George, 2 years ago when we put the shot clocks in the summer league.
What you talking about?
I got so much flack from coaches.
I don't know why.
Playing. I was laughing because them shot clocks ain't going nowhere. I don't give a damn what.
So you ain't want me to run my offense D?
Well, no, here.
You just had to speed it.
Well, here's the thing, real quick. D, hold on to that. This is the funny thing about that, and I'm glad you said that. I remember when we came in, I said, and people again, they think they know. Man, G, I know you're gonna hate this. I said, actually not. I said, because I'm the one I'm running something. I'm gonna be able to get the shots up.
Yeah.
So this is the crazy thing about it. We were the first team. We held somebody to a shot clock violation twice in the game.
Exactly.
I said, see, I told y'all the reason why the scores be low most of the time is because y'all can't score on us. Right. We ain't holding the ball.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, finish this.
So, MHSAA.
Yeah. So we have to change those rules because we're so far behind as a state.
Traveling.
It's just what the caller said on the phone. We are the Mecca.
Yes.
We dictate everything that goes on in the state of Michigan. How is it that we're taking rules and regulations from everybody else when it doesn't? It's not appropriate for us.
It's not appropriate for us.
And I was telling George that the other day. I said, "Gee, the problem is lack of leadership. See, leaders lead by example.
Oh yeah.
And we don't have leaders that's going to stand up for us and question everything that they're talking about because the bottom line is you hurting our kids.
Man.
This is our only way of escape through sports.
Yep.
How did all of us go to school?
That's right. Hey, man, come on, man. Come on.
Playing sports.
Come on.
So that's hurting us.
Big time.
They don't want to hear it. So again, we have to boycott them because you know what? When they have a problem with volleyball issue with some of the parents, what do?
Boycott.
March right up there to
Lansing.
to the MSSA office. Hey, we're not going.
We ain't going for
it. You can't tell me where my son or my daughter can't play or whatever have. You know what? I'm going to sue you. Yeah.
Well, the good thing about it, they changed leadership in the last. What was that D about? It's a year ago.
What has changed?
Well, he now, my man is really COVID hit, and it was really like everything slowed down. And he really, the head of MHSA right now, because I done been at the table with him, he has really said, no, this is garbage and it must change. And so he's
we so far behind.
It's crazy,
so
man.
What coaches come to recruit our kids?
Man, stop it. Listen,
We're embarrassment, bro.
we are.
We are.
And it's
Nobody
funny.
comes here anymore to recruit.
No.
Our
Ain't that
kids.
crazy?
And then what happens is our kids are taking flight now.
That's what Coach was saying. They taking flight. They out.
We gone. Because you know what? Why would I stay here and play 20 games when I go somewhere else and
Play 30.
35?
And travel across the country.
So what is that? That's exposure.
That's exposure, but it's really getting them ready for college life and college basketball.
Anyway.
So that was my whole thing with the shot clocks in the summertime.
Yep.
Because if you really talking about preparing kids for college, okay,
Let's do it.
we have to start just what G said earlier. What time kid get to cool? 7 o'clock?
Yeah, man.
What time you taking classes in college? 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
7 to about what? About 2:30?
Yes, sir.
Look at the system.
Yeah.
So the system
It's
is
set up.
designed from high school
To college.
Yes, sir.
Except basketball in the state of Michigan for a student athlete. That's right.
For a regular kid, hey, I can take
He
some
go home.
class.
I can take some class out,
anytime I
yeah.
want to. You know, I take
Your stuff is regimented, though.
class a week.
Yeah.
Me, I'm 7 to 2:30, 3 o'clock classes.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yes, sir.
So I'm 3:30 to coach really like, hey, okay, we done for the day.
You done for the
So I
champ.
might
You don't know
get there
when.
at 7,
You don't know when.
8 o'clock. So I go from there, training table, get something to eat real quick, right?
Got to get that.
So that's like an hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes. Then I'm right to study table for the next 3 hours. I'm
Yes, sir.
getting home every night, probably 9 o'clock,
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. And I'm still trying to have some social
What you talking about? You got to do that.
in college.
Yeah.
But that's every day.
Yeah.
So if we really preparing kids for school, for college,
We're not doing it in Michigan.
that's what we need to start doing.
That's what. So listen, it's funny
You
because
know what? You got to look at the rate though, Ralph.
yes,
How many of our kids go to school and come back home?
but see, hold on. See, that's why I listen. I wanted Lafayette. I was looking for the information. Lafayette Evans, the former head
Of DPS Athletics.
DPS Athletics,
Yeah.
gave me some information. I can't find it now, but years ago he gave me information. I wanted to bring it up.
My coach at Cooley.
Yeah.
Lafayette.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure,
So,
Coach.
but let's think about this, D. D, you were saying this, man, and when you start thinking about that, brother Ron Rice, Detroit Lions, Detroit native, said, "What's up?" He wanted to tell. See, I think, do y'all still? This is my vision of it. You and brother Ron should get back together. We pool all the guys around for football and basketball. I'm sure we could find a D Hall for track.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the greatest.
We could find somebody around here. I know we could find a guy for baseball. We could Darnell Dickens for baseball because he did it all.
What you mean?
Man, we could put back a monopoly on this thing.
Well, you got to have ambassadors for each sport.
There
That's
you go.
something that I suggested to them a while ago. You need ambassadors
Mhm.
for football.
Mhm.
You need ambassadors in baseball, basketball. and
That's what I'm saying.
Because you know what? You produce so many here
Man.
in this state. And it still goes back to what we talked about earlier. Resources and relationships. I value my friendships and my relationships
Yes, sir.
more than anything.
Uh-huh.
But that's what we need
Yes, sir.
here in our city. But again, we lack leadership,
Mhm.
and no matter what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest problem that we're going to always face. We gonna always, only way I see us turning this thing around here in Detroit,
Okay.
we have to have our own school and our own facility.
Wow.
'Cause
No,
the
that's
only way we can control the narratives and what's going on.
no.
That's the only way it's going to change for us because I don't have to deal with the politics.
You don't have to. And I remember talking to you, and I was like, D, man, what about the position downtown? You was like, Rap, if I cannot work without the politics, I can't come. I remember I was on the phone, and you was. I said, dang, because I
For
understand.
the politics, like we sitting here now, we know what the problems are.
Yeah.
But okay, what we gonna do to fix them?
Yeah, what we gonna do
I
to
know
fix
what the
them?
problems are.
And what we gonna do to
So what
fix
we
them?
gonna do to fix them? So if you sitting here telling me as an administrator that you don't want to fix the problems,
Mhm.
sleep at night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
Derek Colvin.
That's DC,
I got to sleep at night.
aka Thug Life.
Yeah.
Man, I can't go home and knowing that you know what, you don't care about the babies for real. It's
Mhm.
all a numbers game with you. So I
There
don't
you
want to be
go.
a part of that. They ask me all the time, hey man, why don't you run for city council? Why don't you run for mayor? I said, I can't lie to the people. I'm
See,
not gonna lie to the people. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, but I'm also tell you this is what we're gonna do to fix it.
yes, we're gonna
So what you saying though? I want y'all to listen to what you're saying. You really can put a blank on the demise of, and who's that for? Because you can talk about school, you can talk about employment, everything that we're talking about. This has become systemically a problem with us.
Yes.
In our community.
blame society.
So
big
blame
fella.
society. So when you look at athletics, really athletics is failing as we've started to fail more educationally and everything that we're doing. So the streets now, this thing, I've seen some young boys who said they're no longer playing sports because they're gonna be a rapper. And again, if that's your mission and you're okay, I like that. But the streets have gotten a hold to our young people. And see, the streets, this is nothing new.
Right.
We had guys that were hustlers when we grew up.
Oh, no doubt.
Our young people have become criminals. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. Our young people.
Well, you got to understand this.
Mm-hmm.
As I watch the young fellows, even in my neighborhood,
There we go.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They seeing way more money than what cats.
What?
So
It's crazy.
So what they doing though? They doing white collar crime.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Especially now.
Yeah, I'm sitting there watching them. And I'm like, what are y'all doing?
What are y'all
you know what I'm
doing?
saying? And again, I don't judge them.
No.
I sit there and had a
Conversation with them.
Just to stay plugged into what's going on.
Got to keep your ears to the streets.
Yeah, always.
Got to keep your ears to the street.
So, like a kid telling you that, hey, I'm going to be a rapper. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Because that's entrepreneurship.
Oh, man, come on.
So, but again, how do we put those relationships around him to make him understand what goes in that territory instead of just jumping off the cliff? I'm going to be a rapper.
And even with that, though, D, there has to be some type of controlled environment for this young man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to become a rapper. That doesn't mean you become a nut. That don't mean you walk around the videos. Again, I want you to think about it. Man, you couldn't, if you was on a video, hey, man, you see DC, he had a video, and he had a Uzi.
But
Yeah.
G though, think about it. But that's the problem. That's what they pushing.
That's the whole blame society.
That's what they pushing.
That's what they pushing.
Who's a conscious rapper right now? I'll wait.
Oh, they iced them out. I just had this conversation the other day. Matter of fact, me and Benny White just talked about it.
What y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to have
another show?
Y'all trying to have a motherfucking, I don't want to cuss on
Yeah.
I don't know, but Jama Jam up in this
Yeah, we
block,
gonna
man.
be
Listen,
sleeping.
man. It's time to listen. We gotta close the show. Listen to me.
What you mean we close the show?
Closing the show,
man. Okay, we can keep going.
man.
But man, I think the people that's on the air, I think a couple of them fellas see they was on the line.
No, they ain't. They texting.
Oh, they still okay. Listen,
They texting, man.
let me
Hey,
just say this.
But let me say this.
Okay, go ahead, D. I want because you my man.
Say this, though.
Go ahead.
You still ain't tell me who's a conscious rapper right now.
No, because it ain't now.
That's my whole point.
It ain't now.
So it's all by design. It's just like Coach Kelsey was talking.
Yes,
earlier,
sir.
Man, see,
There you go.
you got conscious
Man.
of your surroundings and what's going on around you, fam.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna lose.
We gonna lose.
Even the brother who was talking about
Yes, sir.
the consciousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
But think about Detroit. They eliminated the consciousness.
Come on, man.
They eliminated the Black Panthers. Every time it was a threat, quote unquote, to them,
Oh, they got to do away. We got to do away with them. Yep.
Even the real hustlers. Come on, man. Real hustlers ain't let us get in no trouble.
Man, this is what I was about to go to. Well, you couldn't come on the block. They're gonna be like, here you go.
Here you go,
Here go
man.
a couple hundred. Take your lady
Go.
to Cedar Point and
Man,
say,
go on,
but
get
you
out
ain't
of here.
coming over here.
Go on, get out of here.
Get out of here, man.
What you doing?
We'll be at the game Friday.
We'll see you.
We'll see you Friday. Man, you better stay. Don't have your butt. Don't let me see no
So
trouble.
what happens to the real hustler? They're incarcerated. Something bad else than happened to them.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So now even the streets don't have any loyalty no more.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody for themselves.
Everybody for
You know what I'm
themselves.
saying?
Well, what's one of the things we can say to our parents right now to help? You know, I had a suburban coach, and I'm one of the blackest dudes out.
Yeah.
And the coach said to me, he said, George, I gotta ask you, man. He said, man, what do you guys do? And him in the horn, he's scared to say it.
He's scared to say it.
I know where he's going because he was scared.
Yeah.
He said, man, what do I say to the black dads. He said, man, the ones that come around, he said, man, they act a damn fool at the games.
Man, if you need that.
And, you know, I again, having a reference point, obviously being a coach, I've had the opportunity to see like, when I go to my son's games, I'm not going to do that. And in my mind, I'm an expert. If this little stuff, I'm an expert. I know what this should look like, but I'm not going to go to the game and lose my damn mind about something that, hey man, my job, work harder, do what you're supposed to do. I'm not here to be X and O's.
It's a game.
It's a game. And the job of the parent, really, if you really want to be truthful, is to make sure that Derek and Rav are conducting themselves as they should.
Thank you.
If you say something bad to coach, if you cuss coach out, I'm going to holler at you, man. And I'm going to holler at you right here, right now. Mm-hmm. So I watch parents disregard their own children's disrespect, lack of playing hard, lack of paying attention, and all of that. And as soon as someone says something to that same individual child, the parent lose their damn mind. So what do y'all have to say to them? Because we're going to close on a little bit, but what do y'all have to say to those parents to understand? It's a reason why so many of our young people who have been highly touted. Now we're going to get to it. There's a lot of our young people who have been highly touted that have left here in the last few years that didn't pan out. And it's not because they couldn't play.
No, because
oftentimes they aren't held accountable early. So now when they're faced with this accountability, they can't deal with it. Adversity and understanding how to play hard all the time. And I think that's something that's missing. But y'all talk to the parents briefly, man. And tell me what y'all think, because y'all see it all the time.
D, go ahead.
Well, I mean, again, with parents, you know, best thing is, only way that I know to put it is, my mom never came to a game. My uncle, my aunt never came to a basketball game. Whatever that coach
said,
did, or whatever.
It was good.
It was great.
It was great.
It wasn't good. It was great. It was great.
What if you're a disrespected coach?
Oh, come on, man. My uncle going to see, you back to the house.
Come on.
To the village.
Come on.
I never wanted to feel the wrath of my uncle. Okay? I see my uncle.
Hey, man, time out.
What?
Hold on. How tall is Uncle?
I was just about to say.
My Uncle Robert, oh my God, man. My Uncle Robert probably about 6 feet.
Okay.
6 feet. So you've been bigger than Uncle Robert for a long time. That's what I was sitting there thinking.
All my life. And look, though, I've never been Derek. My uncle, his whole life, called me Darren. I don't know where the hell he get that from, but I never corrected him.
You better not. You knew not to.
Yeah, I never corrected him.
You knew not to.
Go ahead.
It all starts at home, though, Ralph, because I wasn't finna challenge my uncle. I was scared of my uncle.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew he don't hurt me.
There you go.
Period. So with those parents, man, again, it goes back to me, back to the household, and stop trying to live through your kids. It's just what you said, man. We got a lot of kids that are not that good.
They're not that. Listen, man. Come on. Yeah.
Coach.
Uh-oh. Right? I know you about to go.
Going to sit a kid on the bench.
That's going to help him win. That's going to help him win. Nice. That's going to help him win.
Going to help him win.
He's out there.
He out there playing. So come on, parents. What are y'all talking about?
And this is an opportunity, and adversity is, and inconveniences are the greatest teachers in the world.
Yeah.
Learn how to fight through adversity.
Be uncomfortable.
Be uncomfortable.
Sports builds that.
Sports builds that.
In us.
That's what it is.
Understand adversity.
So we're losing that. Ralph, what you think? Because you've been on each side. Coaching, being a parent of two athletes, you know, most people didn't realize, you know, I just come watch our niece Brooke, man. I mean, volleyball, I mean, come on, did it all. So what's your thoughts on that? Because you've been in the stands, and I think the hardest thing for us, and D, you've had to do it since you were done playing, is being in the stands and listening to the foolishness. So what's your thought?
Let me just say before you even come.
No, go ahead. No,
I never, my son played football and basketball.
Played at Wayne State. You ain't even want to talk about it. Come on,
man.
You ain't even want to talk about it.
Come on.
I'm gonna say it for you.
Thank you.
I was gonna talk about it.
Even none
great dude too. No, it's something to talk about. Great dude.
But that's the most important part. Just
man,
when I see somebody in the street and they say, "Hey, man, I seen Didi today." Man.
Come on, man.
You smiling like a mug. Like, you smiling like right now.
That was my heart.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
man.
Great kid, man.
Uh-huh.
You did a great job.
Great dude.
Because he already know, hey, I ain't coming in the house with no skinny jeans on. I ain't coming in the house with my hair crazy.
Oh, man.
My dad don't play that.
No.
And that's what we gotten away from, man.
Uh-oh.
Dads really being in the household, being at
Presence over presence. That's our next one.
Gotta have it. Gotta have the presence, man.
The
We need our fathers. I told you the other day, I don't know my father to this day. Bothers me every day, still.
Okay.
But I understand, I realized that growing up, that you know what, I don't want to
Wow.
be that way. So it's always taking a negative and turning it
Into a positive.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my mama still argue about that to this day because she still won't tell me that.
Man, listen.
How you think I feel about that?
Man,
But
D talking some real stuff
I
right now.
Easily been like, okay, well,
A
my father
defiant.
ain't here. I'm gonna go have babies by
Come on, man.
damn body myself.
Wasn't gonna happen.
Same thing.
You wasn't gonna do that to nobody.
Man,
Come on,
man,
Can't do that,
man,
man.
you the coach,
Yeah.
man. It says, so when we thinking about these things, man, and I know we're going to close the show, and because those things happen, so I want to say this. A lot of people can be saved from situations. They can be delivered from those situations.
Absolutely.
But sometimes they're not healed from those situations.
There we go.
Let me just give you this thought of this.
There we go. Look at him.
You see what I'm saying? Listen, so a person can fall in the water and drown.
Yeah.
We can pull him out the water, give him mouth to mouth. He's saved from the water. He's delivered from the water, but he's not healed. Every time he goes
Touch
around
it in the
water,
He's scared
he
to
gets
death.
scared to death.
Spooked out his mind.
Yeah.
We have to decide now. We can no longer be victims. We got to do things and say, you know what?
Oh, man.
I got to do the best for
Round
my
trip.
children. And so this is the code to see. I'm
Round
thinking about, the children.
That's
They're the
what ma-
most important.
That's what matters anyway.
That's the most important. If we don't do it that way and look at it from that standpoint, see, because once the guy come out of the water, we didn't save him. He's delivered.
Yeah. And I'm
But he's not healed.
He ain't
So
healed.
then now we're going to, you said this earlier about the mental health of the young fella, K.A. When you think about that, somebody has to sit and talk to him. Now, we hope that it's not too late. But I said the same thing, D. I would love to just talk to him. What happened, K.A.?
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to happen to another young man, another young lady in our community, man. We can start thinking about that and saying, we got to do better, D. You got different hospitals and organizations to help us out.
Yeah.
We got to
We got to use those resources.
galvanize and be like, yo, we need y'all.
We need to talk.
We need y'all. And we need y'all to make sure that our black men are going to be around. We need y'all to come in and do this colonoscopy. We need y'all to come in, prostate cancer. We need y'all to
heart
come in.
disease.
All these things.
Yep.
Diabetes.
All those things.
Yep.
Because without the black man, our community is done.
Done.
So I think from what I'm hearing, the conclusion,
Yep.
the demise of Detroit high school basketball comes down to us.
Comes down to us.
It comes down to us, fellas.
Comes down
I don't care what they say.
No.
We got to stand up. We got to rally. We got to bring those heads back.
Yes.
DC,
Yeah.
Ron Rice, all the top guys in those sports to put it back together. Fellas, I know we had a long time tonight.
That's a wonderful time, man.
It
Come on,
seems
seems
short.
Seems short.
I hope that the people appreciated this podcast tonight because on State Champions Podcast,
What we do?
we talk about people, politics, community, culture, and of course sports and how they all collide.
Tied together.
That's right. And it's always a
I
celebration.
want to say one thing. I want to leave
ahead.
us with one thing. Parents, before we get out of here,
Go ahead.
are we raising athletes or are we raising young adults?
D.
Let's leave it on that.
He came over with some called the boy guy. The voice should be. He should be something else. But he should probably be a printer. He should be a preacher or something. But go ahead.
No, not
but
that.
D, can you follow? If you follow that with Cole, we gonna see. What you got, D? For him? You got it, but you gonna let him. You gonna let it roll out.
Well, you know me, I always got it.
Go ahead. I already know it, but I just asked.
Well, I mean, it's real simple for us. You ask, why are we failing our kids?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We're failing because we don't have the mentors to really be there for our children the way they need to be. So again, like you said before, it's up to us.
Do we have the guts? Do we have the guts? Before we get out of here, some of us do.
Yeah.
We don't have the guts. The uncles now, when they call and say the coach been hollering and they hear Auntie on the phone, the uncle says now, man, tell that boy he can come on home because he can go to Kentucky.
So you know what, G? I don't even want that kid.
No, I know. But see, you're a dinosaur.
I don't want that kid.
You're a dinosaur because guess what?
Out my gym.
There's too many people that's gonna say, "Come on," and they're gonna treat them just like they want to be treated. They're gonna baby him. They're gonna coddle him.
He's doing all that, and he's not gonna be successful in life.
Man, Rap, get us out of here.
He ain't gonna be successful in life doing that, man.
Get us
gotta
out of here,
stop that. And let me say this.
Go ahead.
What I really want to say, G, is that
Mm-hmm.
when you find coaches that really care about kids, okay, I mean, it's from here, from the heart.
Oh,
You know, not the wins and losses on the basketball court, the wins and losses in life.
Man.
Now, parents, let that coach have that kid.
Oh,
Man.
Let that coach have that kid, man.
man.
Guys that really care, you know.
Hey.
And I know that's hard to find. I think one thing we do a terrible job at as parents, see, they don't do resumes. You just get y'all kids
To anybody.
What's your resume?
Because it sound good.
Yeah, it sound.
That's why I'm recruit, D.
Yeah, what's your resume?
Because it's contradictory. Because I know I talk good. So I don't want to get into a battle when we converse and all, and you start listening to me. No, I want you to go by what we've done and how passionate we are about our love for these young people, man.
Parents call me, ask me like, "Man, what do you think I should send my kid? He want to go train here. He want to go do that."
You don't stop
I'm
it.
like, "Well, baby, what's his resume?
You don't stop it.
Do we have one?"
Wow.
But Derek, you know, he just been training. He don't have a resume.
Everybody got some trainers.
So stop. Well, that's the demise that we ain't talk about either about sports here in Detroit. Because when it became privatized, think about just what you said.
Stop it.
I grew up watching George Gervin and all these cats playing at St. Cecilia in the summertime as a kid.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying? So in turn, what did I want to do? Play on that stage. Played on at high school in the summertime. Played on at college in the summertime. Played on in the pros in the summertime.
Yes.
When did we become privatized? Where, hey man, I got my own trainer now. So our kids ain't seeing us no more in that light. I can't reach out and touch you.
Yeah.
I can't have a conversation with you. I can't go sit in that parking lot 2-3 hours
Man, I know.
after we done played.
I know coaches sending guys to trainers so they can reap the benefits of the other, so they can say, all right, man, come on, that's how I go. I train my players.
But the problem is, though, George, is just what I said. When you don't have guys that's been successful in life, that made it, and come back home and give it to the young fellas, I think the last generation, the guys that really went and played in the St. Cecilia who was a pro was probably Willie Green. Dang.
Come on, you know, we coached him.
Yeah,
You know we coached him.
Well, he was my rookie in Philly.
What you mean? You know we coached him, Cooley High Boy.
So again, man, when you don't come back home and give a game to the young fellas that's coming up, you know, behind you, we lose all that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to California and work out. I'm gonna go to Atlanta.
it's the craziest thing we've ever seen.
You know what I'm saying? No, man, I'm at the Saint every summer. Come on, see this show.
Come on.
Yeah, this is the greatest show on earth right
Come on.
here. We're going to put this show on. We're going to go out in the parking lot.
Parking lot.
And then what we going to do? Hey, man, we all going to fish balls. Go to fish balls and tell them we need a table 50.
Come on.
Let's go.
What's
We
the
gonna go get something to eat.
what's the other joint? B. Was it B? What's
Bennigan's.
No, in the neighborhood right by the park. What was the other joint we used to always go to after camp?
BB's.
There you go.
Yeah.
Listen, I listen.
That's all I'm saying.
This tonight is outstanding.
Yeah.
Flo just said, man, we going, we preaching. He loving the show.
My
Yeah,
man.
Flo said it
listen,
earlier.
man,
My
Yeah.
man, proud of
I'm glad that we did it.
Yeah.
And based at this point, the show has just ended. But we gonna say this. I gotta say this. To make a difference in someone's life, you don't have to be brilliant, rich,
right,
or beautiful, or perfect. What you talking about, all you have to do is care. I'm gonna see y'all next time.
One love.
See you when I see you. Peace. We out.